Ross. Let's send Ross to Capitol
I got a
Hill.
lot going on. Yeah, let's send Ross in his absentia.
Exactly.
I'll fund that.
Yeah.
Isn't that like Mr. Rabbit or something like that goes to Washington?
Yeah, I
That
got
old Jimmy Stewart movie.
I get some money on that as long as he wears a JCS shirt. I'm set.
Exactly.
I'll get him all kinds. Man, oh man, what a mess! What an embarrassment for the party. Unreal, just unreal. It's just genuinely unbelievable. That party's being hijacked by 20 people.
Yeah.
The entire Republican Party is being hijacked by 20 people.
We'll be covering some more of that coming up in Woke News as well.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Deb, I got bad news for you.
Uh-oh. What?
Yeah, I think maybe something you enjoy is going the way of the dinosaur.
What?
Daily.
No.
Yeah.
What?
So it looks like Universal Studios is going to follow in Disney's path here and maybe completely ban smoking on property.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't, and I've always wondered that. I know that the amount of smokers has dropped dramatically.
Over
which
the
is
last
awesome. 25 years.
There's now more Americans that say they smoke marijuana than smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, and it's an interesting thing because Disney, I guess in 2019, completely banned smoking cigarettes on property anywhere. I mean, in none of the restaurants, there was no area, I believe, inside the property once you went in through the turnstiles where you could actually sneak a smoke. They shut that down in 2019. Universal, who has always been maybe a little bit more edgy than Disney. Disney more child-focused.
Right.
I think maybe until recently with the addition of the Star Wars stuff and other things, had been primarily focused on maybe ages 11 and lower.
Right, your younger families.
Universal kind of picks up there and gives you a product that's a little bit more edgy and more into your teen years, and of course, well into your adult years. And I think they held out as much as possible. It looks like maybe in the next few years, and what they're doing is just dropping the points where you can have a cigarette to the point where you don't even really want to do it.
But at least they're still allowing access.
They are allowing access. You can get in and you can still smoke on Universal property, but it's in some super,
Good. Let's torture them. Let's torture these smokers.
That's not what you want to do. If you think those lines are squirrely already.
Is it Gramercy Park or
Gramercy?
Gramercy Park is where you can smoke. Islands of Adventure has an area located in front of the port of entry lower landing where you can grab a cigarette. Volcano Bay. Out there in the east part of it, you can smoke a cigarette, and then that's it. Near the exits and stuff. Other than that, you better. And that's vaping as well, which I find extraordinarily cruel, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's cruel.
I find that cruel. And here's the thing: nobody wants to be behind some chode blowing smoke clouds. Raspberry starlight smoke clouds as you're walking through the park. Nobody wants to be hit with that.
I guess
right.
So.
Nobody wants any Junko breath in your face. Right? Nobody wants that. But, for somebody who is who smokes and has a nicotine thing like Ross does, Ross smokes theoretically, allegedly around the building occasionally.
Oh, you mean vapes?
You can't tell. Yeah, vapes. You can't tell that. If people have that nicotine need and it's, and they're on the path of trying to maybe use a vape to tool that down and move toward.
But that's probably why they're doing it, because they're figuring all those people who are cigarette smokers when going to the park will just simply vape instead.
But the thing is, they're not even allowing that.
That's why I'm saying they're not going to allow that, because that would have been everyone's answers to getting around the cigarette ban is, I'll just vape.
And it's funny that
I'll just walk and vape.
It's funny, this is so 2023, they actually have to print this, and they're like, oh yeah, and no marijuana. The fact that they have to print, hey, no marijuana either.
Well, that's the thing. If you let them vape, how do you know if there's weed in there?
You can smell it.
Because you can smell it, unfortunately.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is that how it works with you potheads?
Yeah. You can smell it immediately.
That's the sucky part, Jack. It's not like Ross's vape where you can just, hit it and...
that's why it's so hard to hide in church. Yeah. Trying to sneak into the Sunday school room and blow into the closet. Can't do it. Everybody knows.
So yesterday when we were predicting, what would life be like 100 years from now is, odorless weed vape.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the new one?
I don't think anybody would want that.
The dream lives on. The dream lives on.
I don't think anybody would want that. I've heard there's one way that you could do that where there's no smell, and it's one of those it's one of those vaporizer machines where it sucks.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks. You put the weed into a thing and it pulls.
Yeah.
It pulls everything through, and it puts the air that has the THC into a balloon-looking thing.
Yeah.
But it's got no color,
Vaporizer.
no nothing, no smoke, no nothing.
From what I've heard.
Right, and then you do that.
Yeah.
Hard to take one of
Real
those into the parks. What's in your backpack, buddy? You don't want to know, man. It's just a balloon. Yeah? What's so special about this balloon? You feel like napping? Yeah, man, I don't know.
Or snacking.
I just found that the vape thing I found a little egregious because although I understand it's hard to control to tell people when to do it, cigarette smokers, like, could you be in the park for 8 hours without a cigarette?
I could do it, but would I enjoy myself?
No.
Would you discount my ticket price?
Yeah.
See, that's the part about it that outside of the argument of, I get that I don't want to be around people who don't want to be around me. I love having a little tucked away space with a comfortable place to sit and an ashtray. But if you're not going to reduce my ticket price or the price that it pays to park, guess what? I don't have to go to your theme parks.
Yeah.
I have lots to do in Central Florida that isn't going to restrict that and yet at the same time charge me the same price because we don't pay any less for the obese guest who has to have the wheelchair because they can't walk.
Right.
So, but there's always limits placed on smokers. I don't want other people to be I don't want to be around people who don't want to be around it, but I don't want to have to be uncomfortable and made to feel uncomfortable while you're charging me nearly $200 just to walk through the turnstile.
I like the idea of restrictions on vapors and even smokers. Give them a section to go to. Just like they used to do at the airport where it was like this big
one room.
plexiglass room that was filled with smoke.
Horrible.
It was like a lung cancer aquarium.
People
you walk by there and it's like, oh, there they are. That's I don't know if you know, that's a Winston guppy, and that's a cool salmon.
I can't. I walked by that in the Atlanta maybe 20 years ago. I was like, oh my God, people willingly walk into that room.
Yeah, exactly. And sitting there for a while. Absolutely.
You have to fight your way through the smoke. My God, Jeremy Renner was plowing this stuff when he got run over by it.
Too soon.
He's fine. That's the only reason.
But I like the restriction because if you're in a queue, a line, and someone in front of you, you don't want their
That's not
vape,
cool.
You
No.
know,
That's
on
not
you.
cool.
No, but the thing is and with the vape, if you made a place where they could do that, because I feel bad for the people who have a genuine like need or addiction to nicotine and they want to enjoy the parks. I just don't think it's that smart. But in the thing, how do you tell the difference? How do you tell some 14-year-old who just wants to hit his deuce flute and light up the place with raspberry bubble gum from somebody like Deb who would discreetly hit it to just the nicotine thing so she can enjoy herself?
I'd blow it down my shirt. It's just all about helping you have a better experience. That's really what it's all about.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Deb, what's coming up for news?
Well, a person of interest and a Lake County double homicide has been ID'd. Speaking of smoking, Cocoa Beach is going to take up a smoking ban ordinance. And Barry Manilow gifts some Hillsborough County schools with thousands of dollars.
Really?
Yeah, we'll tell you why and more coming up next during Woke News.
You got it. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back with Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Stop and go traffic at this hour heading south on the turnpike between Mineola and State Road 50. We're also seeing a slow ride eastbound on I-4 coming out of Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 and World Drive, and also between U.S. 192 and Central Florida Parkway. Westbound a busy ride too between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway, as well as approaching 429. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Man, here in Central Florida, woo! This weather is like a roller coaster. It's like 75 today. It'll be like 50 tomorrow. 80 in a couple of weeks. You got to have an AC company you can lean on, because in Florida, your AC has to be dependable, and your AC company does as well. For me, that's Mills Air. No question. These guys are awesome. Been at it for 30-plus years here in Central Florida. Let them take that experience and help you with your AC system, keeping it running cool every single time. They're techs, awesome people. They know this stuff inside and out, and they're Carrier factory authorized dealers. That can mean up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and certainly turn to the experts at family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call them today. Schedule that appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Don't get fooled by fake online offers that change immediately once you get there. AutoBuy guarantees you the max every time. We make it fast and easy to sell your car, truck, SUV, or boat. Steer clear of fake offers. Go to WePayTheMax.com. That's WePayTheMax.com.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, don't speak to the insurance company. They aren't your friend, and any statement you give them could be used against you. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
When money is tight, a little breathing room goes a long way.
It sure does. An Amscot installment cash advance from $100 to $1,000 could mean more money and more time to pay it back, all with no credit check. Amscot, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Here's an unexpected, unplanned, and unprecedented buying opportunity from International Diamond Center. A massive store-wide clearance sale now through January 15th. IDC's on a mission to clear out excess inventory. We've slashed prices on a multi-million-dollar selection of rings, earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets, and more. You save 20, 30, even 40% on selected pieces of exquisite jewelry. And because IDC doesn't play the markup to markdown game, you know these discounts are the real deal. Hoop earrings, save 33% off IDC's already low price. Diamond stud earrings, marked down 28%. Fashion bracelets, 30% off. Fancy yellow diamonds, save an incredible 40%. Extreme values in virtually every category. If you have a special occasion coming up this year, or if you just love an unbelievable deal, you can't miss this special savings event. It's IDC's surprise clearance sale with unprecedented discounts store-wide. Outrageous savings. Now through Sunday, January 15th only, and only at International Diamond Center. Get showroom directions, store hours, and learn more at shopidc.com.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Orlando area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Office in Orlando. Online at CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The Where Were You in 92 podcast brings you back to the year of big butt anthems, achy breaky hearts, and grunge. Take an audio trip back in time to relive the wildest, most eclectic, and controversial 12 months in music through interviews with critics, industry bigwigs, and the artists themselves.
Take me back to a magical time when music was magic, and I had completely burned that to the ground.
Listen to Where Were You in 92 on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine, and our team is a triple threat to big insurance companies.
Don't settle with the insurance companies for a fraction of what your case is worth. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Get your free case review right now. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Follow the Bible in a Year with Jack Graham podcast today. Begin your New Year's resolution with the Bible and see why millions have already started Bible in a Year with Jack Graham.
This podcast was created to help you solidify your faith as you experience the story of the Bible through live action recordings and emotional orchestral music.
Listen to Bible in a Year with Jack Graham on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. Feel like helping out? Go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
This is a remix. Gotta get their attention, Jack. Gotta get their attention.
DJ Jack Flash on the ones and twos.
You know what pisses me off? Leon called me at the beginning of the break, or texted me at the beginning of Leon Mills. Texted me at the beginning of the break. He goes, I know that you're going to be off a couple weeks. Let's try to get together. And I texted him back and I said, I'm dying to get together. Him and his wife, man, they are a blast to hang out with. And my wife and I love them. And we did not get to hook up during the break, so we're going to make that happen here soon. He's such a good dude, man.
Is it because you never text people back?
No, I did text him back, and I said, I want to do it. But, you know, my man is active. My man is living his life. He's traveling. He's got his RV. He's going everywhere.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, man, he lives his life. But I love to hook up with him because he's such a great conversation, such a good dude. And his wife is absolutely beautiful and a wonderful person as well. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I'm Jim. That's Jack. Deb has news.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
Man.
I was hoping you were going to do that.
It sounds like a motorcycle going through the gears.
Man.
Here in Central Florida. Number one endorser, Jack. Number one endorser.
What I love about it was a little more high energy for you to come into a spot.
I
got a nap before the show. I feel like a million. I slept 25 minutes right before the program. I woke up at 2:53. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, one of those power naps.
Let's go on a hike.
Hey, any gym days off for the next 6 months? That's the spot you're going to hear.
Yeah.
Exactly. Man. Woke News brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. He's also the host of the Home Loans Radio Show. All right, some Northeast Florida Republicans aren't giving up on seeing Kevin McCarthy become Speaker of the House. The California Republican has not been able to get enough votes to become Speaker, getting ready to do round number 9. The voting will continue again today, considering that's the only thing they can do. 3rd District Congresswoman Kat Cammack nominated McCarthy yesterday. She may have been the North Florida Congress a lawmaker you were talking about. Yeah. District 6 Congressman Michael Walt says he'll vote for McCarthy as long as McCarthy is on the ballot. District 4 Congressman John Rutherford tells Newsjax 4 he's proud to support McCarthy and there's no one more deserving to be Speaker. Of course, the other North Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz nominated Donald Trump, the former president, today. The Monroe County Sheriff is asking for help addressing what he calls an unprecedented crisis. Sheriff Rick Ramsey was in Miami-Dade County yesterday with Senator Rick Scott. The two are discussing among a number of issues, but the number of migrants that have been coming ashore in the Keys recently, it's a 400% increase over the last year. There were 4 more groups of migrants who made landfall yesterday, and then hundreds of migrants who spent days at Dry Tortugas National Park at Fort Jefferson, or is that Fort Jackson, Jack?
No, Fort Jefferson.
Okay,
Fort
yeah.
Jefferson, yeah.
Well, they're now on the mainland for processing after being brought to Key West on Miami-Dade County chartered buses today. So they're
all
just
coming from Cuba. This is
Cuba, Venezuela, Haiti.
Yeah, 300. The first 300 that landed at Tortugas they were all Cubans.
And they say, unfortunately, a lot of immigration experts are saying it's only going to get worse before it gets better because so many of the situations in these countries, these folks are fleeing, Venezuela, Cuba, Haiti, their situations aren't getting any better. The president did make an announcement today saying, listen, you're just going to get turned away.
Yeah.
Don't bother coming. He is expected to visit the southern border at the Texas.
On his way to Mexico, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's what's, so Florida's still dealing with it. California and Texas had more people cross the border, but Florida's still a 400% increase.
They had to shut that entire park down and then ship down medical and food and water for those people because they were so in bad shape.
It's dry. So when you go to Fort Jefferson, they say you have to provide for your own sustenance. There's nothing there except a fort.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. We went by sailboat back in the early 90s. We sailed there, which was really cool.
I bet. That had to be breathtaking.
But you have to have all your own provisions. The only other way is a seaplane that comes in and leaves. So it's either you boat there or you take a plane ride there. And you get to tour it. It's what's famous about Fort Jefferson down there. It was a southern fortress to protect the United States in the Gulf waters.
Right.
But it's where they held Dr. Mudd, who was the doctor who set the leg of John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah.
He was held there. And the one thing I remember about touring that facility is they know what room was the hospital in Fort Jefferson because when they look at the layers of paint, it had the most layers of paint. A hospital back then, they thought the way to sanitize a room,
right, is to paint
over it,
seal the germs in, right? Yeah.
So the rooms with the most paint was always considered that was your infirmary or your hospital room.
Oh yeah,
did not know that.
And by the way, this thing is out in the middle of nowhere. It is.
Yeah.
It's literally.
It's got to be 60 miles from Key West.
So what's amazing?
At least that
we sailed in a 25-foot Hunter sailboat. There were 2, 4, 5 of us. We sailed out there, and when you are in the water and there's no land in sight, and at points there you are in that situation, you think this isn't a Disney ride,
right? Yeah, exactly, man.
This is real.
I hope our captain is cool.
We had one, our captain, my buddy. He threw me the map, and the wind caught it and took it overboard.
Oh,
and I looked at him. I'm like, we need that, right? He's like, yeah. So I just dove in.
Yeah, you
this
gotta
is
go.
the middle of the ocean.
Right, and you're sailing. Are you under power or are you under wind?
Sail, so he had to bring it around.
Oh.
And so I'm just swimming. I get the map. I just shove it in my bathing suit and then wait for him to pick me up. It was exciting.
Oh,
I remember
that's living on the edge.
We made it back to all our provisions were gone. All we had was Wink soda and Jim Beam. That's all we had left.
That's all you need.
Everything we brought out. And the biggest need, once we got out there, was ice. We actually traded a bottle of booze with one of the plane pilots for him to bring back on the next trip to bring us ice back. Because that was the hardest thing to keep.
Because I would imagine once you're out there, there's no running the boat back.
There's
no getting ice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Brian Laundrie's parents are taking legal action to stop their attorney from being added to a civil lawsuit filed against them by Gabby Petito's parents. The lawyer for Christopher and Roberta Laundrie filed a motion to prevent family attorney Stephen Bertolino from being named as a defendant in the suit. The Petitos filed that lawsuit last year, claiming the Laundries knew their son, Brian, murdered Gabby and then attempted to help him leave the country. The new motion argues adding Bertolino as a defendant would violate attorney-client privilege and pit him against his clients. And I wouldn't be surprised if the court didn't rule in his favor. All right, a Georgia woman may have some answers to a double homicide investigation in Lake County. Savannah's Vicki Lynn Williams was identified yesterday as the person of interest in the deaths of an elderly couple in Mount Dora. The 50-year-old was arrested Monday in Georgia while allegedly driving the victim's car, who were found dead Saturday at their home. They've been identified as 83-year-old Daryl Getman and his 80-year-old wife, Sharon. Their children said yesterday they're stunned, devastated, and heartbroken by their parents' horrific murder, lived for about 20 years in Mount Dora, just living their best life when this random act occurred.
Did they give any information on what, how it happened?
They did not. Manner of death, they have not said anything yet. And as far as I'm aware of, she still has not been charged with their murder.
Got it, yeah.
She's only been charged with the vehicle theft. All right, a former Central Florida college student is accused of threatening to conduct a mass shooting at Florida State University. FBI investigators say 19-year-old Sean Albert was arrested after he posted the threat online that specifically targeted gay people at the Tallahassee University. Now, what's interesting is federal agents have been tracking Albert since 2021 because of his connection with white supremacist and neo-Nazi ideals. Yeah, just so you know, guys, that stuff's never really that private.
Right.
Albert is a former Full Sail University student, and he says, listen, that post was simply satire and a joke.
Yep. Too bad. Can't do that anymore.
However, a federal judge disagreed yesterday, saying he will remain in custody because he's a danger to the community. 19 years old, bye-bye normal life.
Can't do it. Sorry.
All right. This is a first, and it's makes for a very interesting story.
Okay. More interesting than Jack's sailboat story, which was quite a revelation.
It was very interesting. His sailboat story was very interesting.
This is 20 years. Never heard that one.
This is a first. This is a first, and it's good news. Finally,
okay, good.
A newborn was surrendered to Florida's first and only safe haven baby box, marking the first time that baby box has ever been used.
So somebody just left a baby in a box.
Oh, well,
that's different than the SNL sketch.
The baby box is located at Ocala's Fire Rescue Headquarters. Again, this is the only one in the entire state of Florida.
Although that one box prize does lead to this box prize.
Only if you use it right.
Yeah.
Safe Haven Baby Boxes was founded by Monica Kelsey, who was herself abandoned as an infant. Wow. She's pretty brutal. She says, my biological father was a rapist. I was abandoned at birth. My life still has value. She came up with these ideas because she said officials were continuing to find abandoned babies who died, and not a lot of parents were taking advantage of that safe haven law, Jack. Were you just about to mention that?
Yeah, well, it's fire stations,
hospitals,
where you can actually legally leave a baby instead of a dumpster.
Exactly.
It is odd, though, because there are no questions asked. And when somebody just shows up with a baby and puts it in a box, I mean, I don't think.
But that's why they do it, because if they ask the questions and for whatever reason the parents, the mother are not prepared or ready or whatever, you want that baby left where it can be safely tended to.
Yeah.
In fact, it has a silent alarm on it after the infant has been placed inside of it.
Oh, really?
60 seconds after the infant has been placed inside,
Giving
because
them a minute to get away?
Giving that time for mom or dad or both to be able to get away. Now, again, the Ocala's location is the only one in Florida, like I mentioned, and it is one of 134 boxes in the U.S. When it was installed in December of 2020. So it's only been there for a couple of years. Cost $10,000 to put it in, $200 a month.
Jimmy, it has a sensor.
To lease it. It marked the first safe haven baby box in Florida. Now think about that, Jimmy. The baby box allows for the safe and anonymous surrender of infants when the mother is in crisis, unable to parent. It has heating. It has cooling elements to provide comfort for the infant, along with silent alarms to notify first responders. The infant is attended to within 5 minutes, medically evaluated at a local hospital, and then adopted within 30 to 45 days. Baby boxes are currently available in Indiana, Ohio, Arkansas, Florida, Kentucky, New Mexico, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania.
Do you think their availability would make them more used, or do you think that matters? Because, I mean, just having one in a state the size of Florida.
Sure. If you are in a situation where you have an unwanted baby and you live in Kissimmee, you're not going to.
Yeah, you're not going
to go to Ocala.
Right, yeah.
But then the other thing, too, is like, I didn't even know that this was available. And I'm in the media. So imagine that audience that may need this service may not even be aware of the safe haven law. And the idea of the baby box is those people who don't even want to look the other person in the eye as they just hand them their baby and walk away.
Right, yeah.
So
I get it.
If it's an option.
$10K, man,
that's to install it, and then $200 a month to lease it.
Yeah, man, that's a timeshare like in Bermuda, you know?
The city of Cocoa Beach will consider a smoking ban ordinance at tonight's meeting. I'm just going to move on and help you out there. Commissioners.
I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, I know. Commissioners will hear the first reading of the measure that would prohibit people from smoking tobacco products in all city-run parks and beaches except for Ocean Beach. Officials are concerned that litter, especially cigarette butts, can be harmful to animals and the environment, and they are. There's nothing more heartbreaking than watching a seabird or shorebird try and feed a cigarette butt to their chick.
You know, there's a country that's actually about to start charging cigarette companies for the butts and the money it costs to clean up cigarette butts.
Yeah.
I think it's in Europe somewhere.
I thought you said it was France.
It could have been France.
It was France is getting ready to charge cigarette companies.
And they smoke a lot, right?
Yeah, they do. They do. Well, people caught violating the ordinance would be issued a citation. The meeting is set to begin at 5:30 tonight at City Hall.
Oh, good. Continue, please.
All right. A Hillsborough County detention deputy is off the
Jack's
job.
drinking some Jim Bingman.
Sheriff Chad Cronister says 25-year-old Terry Bradford was arrested last night. And all he did was, think of his fellow man. He was arrested after he showed up to work with over a pound of cannabis-laced brownies.
Oh, yeah.
Sheriff stated Bradford was bringing in the contraband at the facility for inmates and compensated a few $1,000s through Cash App.
Damn.
Yeah, well, it's better than Zelle and Venmo. Prisoners don't have that max.
man.
Yeah. Officials are trying to figure out how long the incident was going on and if any other employees were involved. Cronister says he'll ensure that Bradford never works in law enforcement again.
Man, oh, man.
And then Barry Manilow is trying to help the next generation of musicians in Hillsborough County. I thought this is a really cool story. Manilow announced yesterday that Newsom High School music teacher Chris Allen won the Manilow Music Project Award.
That's cool.
Manilow is performing on the 14th at Tampa's Amalie Arena, and it turns out that in each city he performs, Manilow donates $10,000 to a local music teacher and that teacher's music program. And as we know, some of the most cut programs in schools across the country starts with their music and their arts programs.
And you know who else does that is the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yes, that's right.
The guy who ran that for years before he passed away used to do that very thing, and I know that because Russ's son played, I think, the trumpet or something like that, and I believe his school wound up being the beneficiary of a $10,000 or more grant. And then there's another music teacher here in Central Florida, I believe, in the Central Florida area. I want to say West Orange High School that was recognized nationally for his music program for something.
So the person with TSO you're talking about was Paul O'Neill.
Yes.
And I remember that because it's the same name as a famous Yankee.
Yeah.
But he has since passed on. But however, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, I went to the show this year. They still donate to charity. And this year went part to Advent Health. Actually, I believe Crime Line got a check from TSO as well. So they still do a portion of, I think it's $1 from every ticket sold goes to a local charity wherever they're playing.
That is cool. And Manilow says the award is part of his effort to keep music in schools. Allen will also get several VIP tickets to the show. So if you're friends with Newsom High School music teacher Chris Allen, you're going to want to get on that list and also have a chance to meet Manilow backstage. So that's pretty cool. And now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio and that mortgage guy, Don. You know, that mortgage guy, Don, is a mortgage broker. That means he's not a corner bank or a retail lender. And for those who don't know, mortgage brokers have direct access to wholesale lenders that we as consumers simply do not. But if you want to see the difference, you can apply now and get a quote or get a free analysis of your existing quote at thatmortgageguy.com. It is literally peace of mind at your fingertips. So you don't want to start 2023 by missing the boat. You want to make sure you compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
I don't see Kanye West as a sexual being. I don't picture him even really being into sex, even though he's showing people porn. He just doesn't come across that way, like as a sexual being.
That's how I picture you.
It's fair enough.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Well, hey everybody, good Thursday to you. Jamie King here, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you weather-wise here in Central Florida as we approach midday. I can tell you mostly cloudy skies, showers, a few isolated storms, rain cover today at about 40 to 50%. Hit or miss variety, just kind of scattered about. Much of the rain chance will be peaking before about 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll have a west wind at 5 to 10. For tonight, a daylight for you. Temperatures are dropping as the cold front finally moves through. Mostly clear, cooler. Looks like we'll clear things out. 51 degrees at low, west-northwest winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Heading into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, beautiful skies. High temps tomorrow for Friday in the upper 60s. Plentiful sunshine for the weekend. Sunshine sticks around with high temps in the low mid-70s. Enjoy it all. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by WaltDisneyWorld.jobs/job fair.
Don't miss upcoming Walt Disney World Resort hiring events this month. Apply today for full-time and part-time roles, including bus drivers, custodial utility, culinary, and more, with up to $1,500 hiring bonuses available for select roles. Learn more at WaltDisneyWorld.jobs/job fair.
Happy New Year from the guys over at Tools Ace Hardware. And if you didn't get a grill for Christmas, it's not too late. It's a new year and a perfect time for a new grill. Good thing, Tools Ace Hardware carries all the best brands in grills, Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, and they also have top-of-the-line Napoleon grills and Uni pizza ovens as well. I have one of the Uni pizza ovens. They're amazing, by the way. So much fun. Just visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com and get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
According to Moody's research from July 2021, the cumulative bond default rate for rated investment-grade municipal bonds was 0.10% from 1970 to 2020. Municipal bonds don't usually get the media coverage the stock market does, but if you're looking for a potential source of federally tax-free income, now is an excellent time to consider municipal bonds from Hanyon & Walsh. If you have at least $10,000 to invest, call and talk with one of our bond specialists at 1-800-761-9761. We'll send you our exclusive bond guide free with details about how bonds may be an important part of your portfolio. Hanyon & Walsh has specialized in fixed income and growth solutions for 30 years and offers high-quality municipal bonds from across the country that are federally tax-free and have historically been low risk. Call today to request your free bond guide. 1-800-761-9761. That's 1-800-761-9761. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results.
Oh, mate, it's bloody cold out there. Lucky for you, it's a scorcher down under. Heat things up with Outback's new Smoke and Spice menu, starting at just $16.99. Try our sizzling sirloin, dripping with spicy steak butter and paired with Nashville hot shrimp. Give our Kingsland pasta a twirl, grilled steak and shrimp with creamy Alfredo. What's hiding inside that magnificent dome of smoke? Why, it's our new smoked porterhouse with juicy cuts of New York strip and filet. Try this smoking hot new menu at a down under price, only at Outback Steakhouse.
What if you could get more for your cravings and more for your buck all at the same time? Well, at Racetrack, the bigger the cravings, the bigger the savings. Stop in and buy any 2 breakfast sandwiches for $5. If hunger strikes again, come on in and buy any pizza slice and grab another for only $1. More is tasty. Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
On the free iHeartRadio app, you never pay to hear what you love, and you never wait to hear what you want. Save your money, save your time, and listen anywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Some people get COVID and thought, well, that wasn't such a big deal.
But you can get COVID again, and next time it could be worse, especially for those 50 and older, or with a chronic condition like heart disease or diabetes. But with an updated vaccine, you have better protection from COVID's worst outcomes, and that's a big deal. Find updated COVID vaccines near you at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Business owners, this could be the most important 10-minute call you will ever make. You may be eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit for overpayment of payroll taxes during the pandemic. Omega Accounting Solutions is a trusted business advisor that works with integrity to maximize your ERC refunds. Call Omega now at 800-300-9ERC to discover how much you can get back, or visit OmegaTaxCredits.com. Take advantage of the ERC Small Business Tax Credit before the 3-year sunset deadline. Filing begins to close March 31st, 2023. So find out if you qualify today with a quick, easy, free 10-minute ERC consultation. Don't wait up to a year for the ERC backlog to clear. Omega's funding division, Omega Funding Solutions, offers small business bridge loans to help you keep your business afloat while you wait for your refund. Call 800-300-9ERC to get started, or visit OmegaTaxCredits.com. That's 800-300-9ERC, or visit OmegaTaxCredits.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by Wassey's Meat Market for the lowest price on a big green egg.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Ross out, not feeling well.
I hope he feels better.
A little sinus infection, we hope. Did we get any word on the test thing?
He made it 2 whole days of the year. So,
it's killing him too.
He needs a break.
He called me today and he goes, man, this is killing me. 2 days in and I'm out.
Well, if it's any consolation to him, my mom is also dealing with a hell of a sinus infection. She went and got a shot yesterday in antibiotics and sounds worse today,
dude,
than she did yesterday. It moved right into her chest. The one thing we didn't want to happen.
So my uncle's wife deals with a number of issues, but she I was up last weekend because my uncle's having some health issues. So I was up last weekend and I saw my other uncle. I have 3 total. One passed last year with my mom, or 2 years ago with my mother, and then the 2 remaining uncles. One is 76, the other one's like 62, and they were really important in my life. Where my dad wasn't around, these 2 guys really supplied, some real leadership,
male guidance.
Some male guidance. Yeah, it was very important. So they're very close, and I was up there this weekend, and the younger uncle, his wife is having a really difficult time. She's been in the emergency room twice now. She's got something in her lungs and can't get it out.
See?
My father-in-law had it about 2 weeks ago, and I asked him, I said, there's a thing going around called RSV, but normally it's just been affecting children, but now I hear it's maybe the numbers are crawling up in with adults, but it causes like a severe bronchial issue.
It's a respiratory, and it normally is found in children, but of course, people gathered. You saw a lot higher rates of RSV toward the end of last year, but it was hitting adults more often.
Yeah.
And again, we just don't have the same immunity we had back in 2019 because we spent a year or so masking up, washing our hands, so we're not exposed to the same stuff. We can't build up an immunity to it, and then it knocks us out, puts us on our butt.
And I read there are 2 more, there are new COVID
symptoms,
variants. Yeah, the XXB105 or something like that. Highly contagious, causing few hospitalizations, though, thank God. But, it's just going to be a very infectious, you just got to deal with it.
Bunch of weaklings.
Yeah, half of Jack's body's vaccine. Right. And he's talking about weaklings. Literally, half of his body's blood is a third vaccine.
I thought, I got my booster and my flu shot, and then, Tuesday I'm like, my fluster. And I felt a little run down, and I'm like, that's normal. And then, like, the next day, my throat hurt. And the next day after that, my throat still hurts. I'm with sinuses. I'm like, I think I got this thing, whatever it is.
They used the same needles the guy before. Look at him.
So I gave it to Ross, and he stayed home because he's weak.
I got to tell you, I do believe, with outside of the next maybe, 5, 6, 7, 8 years or whatever, as long as they have to study this thing and create more more defenses against it. I just think maybe as humans you have to learn. We've been living with colds and flus our entire existence, and chances are it's not going to change. They're just going to change names.
That's what it felt like, getting this variant booster for COVID the same day I got my flu shot, right? So it's just like, I get the flu shot every year. It might just be an annual thing now.
And matter of way, speaking of the XBE, that new variant, that they're saying that initially that they believe that the booster is going to help people, obviously, who maybe are in those areas where more susceptible to catching it. Maybe
they're also saying apparently there's a new symptom that we need to watch out for. So
red hair. What is it? Does it grow hair? Does it make you?
No, because if it needs to grow hair, we know he definitely doesn't have that one.
Find me somebody with throat kiss him. I want to look like Barry Gibb at least once in my life.
Not now.
No, not now.
No. Oh, there he is. McCarthy fails again.
Oh, round 9, right?
Yeah, he's done. And they nominated another. Now
there's 4 people.
Yeah. I saw it, and it was Representative Boebert who nominated Hearn.
Right. Okay, because it was Matt Gaetz that nominated Trump.
Yeah.
That
was in the last round. That was in the round before. Which round? We're in 9.
So now we have 3 Republicans vying for it. And old Hakeem Jeffries just keeps getting 212 votes, one after the other. 212 votes, 212, 212.
I think he should win for consistency.
All right, exactly. Unreal, man. They're not able to move any of these Republicans. The best they could do is get a couple of them to vote present or others. But that group of people just simply does not want Kevin McCarthy to be the speaker. And the funny thing is, I read some things last night, and again, you never know how accurate most of it is. I don't even think I sourced one or two of the one of the comments, but McCarthy's apparently dug in. He's not going to give up.
Yeah.
And here's the problem with that. And this is what I've heard from some of the pundits last night is, if McCarthy has his eyes set on being the speaker and he's not willing to concede and allow someone else to step up, that's it. Then do you want it for the right reason? Other than just you made that a goal of yours on your list a few years back and you did everything you think it requires to get there, but you're not going to get there. These people are not going to allow you to do it. So at some point, he's going to have to abandon this idea and move on.
The thing is, I've never been a fan of McCarthy, but the only people in the House that I'm more worried about are the 20 knuckleheads.
Yeah. Right, the Lauren Boeberts.
And by the way, a lot of Republicans are starting to feel that way as well.
Yeah.
Hannity. And I
saw clips of that.
I'm not a Hannity or Carlson or Ingram. I don't watch any of those clowns because I know the deal. Like I tell you guys all the time, they don't believe this stuff. They just know that you will.
Right.
And they sell it to you by the platter full.
And that goes for CNN and MSNBC. That goes for any cable news outlet, period.
When money is the key, you're never going to get the pure truth. You're always going to get just enough opinion to keep you on their station. But either way, Hannity, it was just double barrel Boebert right in her face last night. I mean, just double barrel right in her face. What are you doing? It looks like a clown show. And, why don't you just put the guy there? Why don't you,
asked if she would withdraw.
And even Trump was like, just, vote this guy in, take the win. You've won. You move on. And I don't know, man. But this guy's done something to those people. And, of course, they don't think he's right enough. They think he's made too many deals with Democrats and spent too much money and agreed to too much other money being spent, and that's why they don't like him.
Well, and then, with this whole rule change of it not taking very many to get him out of the speakership role, it makes you wonder.
Why would you even take it? I mean,
it's the slipperiest slope I've ever seen in politics.
Then what happens?
Exactly. Then what happens? Then we're right back here?
Yeah.
Somebody even, I think another one of those pundits said, if he gets to be speaker, how long?
Right.
Because, if you only have to have 5, the threshold was 5, now it's 1. Are they 1? I think he even maybe possibly agreed to 1. That means one person in the House can go, I don't think you're doing a good job.
Right.
And they can put it up for a vote to get him out of it.
Including any of the 20 that are currently holding up the vote as it stands.
Unbelievable, man. What a clown show. All right, 407-916-1041. And here's the best thing. And the ones that are doing, they think they're doing the right thing. I mean, they fully believe that they're doing the right thing. And I guess that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Anybody who, yeah.
If I was the guy, if I was an incoming congressperson, and I had my entire family in D.C. to watch me get sworn in, and they've been there for the last 4 days, I would send a bill to every one of those chotes.
Yeah, exactly.
Every one of them. This is how much it cost me to hold my family up in a Marriott while you played politics, douche.
while we as the taxpayers wait for the people's business to get done.
All right, Brendan O'Connor up next.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
A stop-and-go ride continues southbound on the turnpike between Mineola and State Road 50. We're also solid westbound on I-4 between World Drive and 429. It's busy, too, eastbound between US 192 and Central Florida Parkway. Watch for a crash coming in on John Young Parkway at Colonial Drive. We're still in good shape on the Beach Line and the 408. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Man, 2023 is here. Is LASIK one of your New Year's resolutions? All you have to do is schedule a consultation with the leader in vision correction surgery. Of course, we're talking about the Filutowski Eye Institute. Just text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your appointment now. They use the latest state-of-the-art technology, and their surgeons have performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures. You're in good hands. Again, simply text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that LASIK consultation with the Filutowski Eye Institute today.
Real Radio is trying to help you start your 2023 off just right. Stay tuned for our Grand in Your Hand contest. Over $400,000 up for grabs, $1,000 at a time. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Is that a horse?
Actually, it's a wild stallion. Since Navy Federal Credit Union's Platinum Card made it easier to tame our holiday debt, I wanted to see if I could tame something else.
Uh-huh.
Help me saddle up. I need to pick the kids up from school.
With a low intro APR on balance transfers, the Platinum Credit Card lets you take control of your debt. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/Platinum offer. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Choose a health plan that puts you first. With United Healthcare Individual and Family ACA Marketplace plans, your health insurance questions. Plus, our one-on-one support can help make choosing a plan easy. Go to uhcexchange.com and find a Florida plan today. Open enrollment ends January 15th. Open enrollment dates can vary by state, so make sure to visit your state's health insurance website to see the exact dates for your state's enrollment period.
Anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tampa. One jackpot is paid out every minute on the hottest slot machines and table games. With over $2 billion in jackpots paid out in the last year, you could be the next lucky winner. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa has over 800 rooms and suites, a luxurious rock spa and salon, award-winning restaurants, and an exciting comedy and concert lineup, including pool parties with world-renowned artists. With a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment options, anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
If you're injured, how much is your case worth? I'm attorney Mo DeWitt. You never asked to be injured. Don't let the insurance company shortchange you. Injured on the go? Offer too low? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Office, Orlando.
Checkers $5 meal deal is for people who know what it's like to stretch. Every dollar. Ooh, before you pull a hammy, get to Checkers and feast on our $5 meal deal. Fill up on a fully dressed Checker burger or Fried Lovers burger, plus 8-piece white meat chicken bites, Checkers oh-so-famous seasoned fries, and a 16-ounce drink. Oh, mama, that's a lot for just $5. The Checkers $5 meal deal. Woo, no stretch required.
Only one security system is truly the best. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security System. Nobody beats Safe Touch.
Buy one, get one free cameras are limited and going fast. Beat the holiday rush. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Make a New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Help protect your identity and finances with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. LifeLock detects identity threats you may miss on your own. And if you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses. But LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. Join now and save up to 25% off your first year. Go to lifelock.com. Use promo code NEWS.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
The flower is everything. You don't even have to smoke it to appreciate the scent of delicious, grown professionally weed.
Thanks, Larry. I appreciate that. Thanks, Larry.
Please don't take away the
All right.
smell.
Okay, buddy.
Duh.
All right, 407-916-1041. Your 4 o'clock keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. If you're playing the game, stick by your phone. That's how you win the cash. Again, it's GRAND. That is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is right over there. So is... Why did I do that? Oh, I thought this was your segment. Deb is here. Jack is here. And every single Thursday around 4 o'clock, we invite our good friend Brendan O'Connor from Bungalower.com. You can find him online. You can find him in the pages of Bungalower. Give it up for Brendan O'Connor.
Yay! And his page boy look today.
Hi, friends.
Happy
What's
New
up, buddy?
Year.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, always.
My wife and I have noticed your social media here over the last 3 weeks, and it has been extra draggy.
What? He had that moisturizing mask before New Year's Eve. He had to moisturize.
I mean, extra draggy. Is there a reason the last 3 weeks of December that you've been extra draggy?
Yeah, people are hard up for hosts. You know, they know I say yes to everything, and I'll say yes if they want to pay me to put on a dress. I'll do it.
Very good.
Yeah, I AMC'd the Orlando Museum of Art countdown for New Year's Eve. That was super fun. I went there once in drag just for fun a long time ago, and I swore to myself I would never do it again just because the reception was not great. And this was completely different. Like the first time I went, I heard it was so quiet. Everybody turned and looked at me in the banquet area, and I heard a fork drop. You know, it was
The stereo. They were aghast, huh?
Yeah, and I didn't look very good. I didn't know what I was doing. I've learned a lot since then, and it was. And this time I showed up and I turned it out.
There you go. There you go.
Very glam.
Yay.
Very glam. Yeah, I'm very proud of you. Very good.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So Brendan comes on every single Thursday. He runs Bungalower.com, and he has his finger on the pulse of things that are happening here in Orlando. Now, we know the normal stuff. You can find that pretty easily, parks and whatnot. Brendan leads us down a road where some stuff that's truly Orlando. Like OG Orlando.
No stone unturned.
No stone unturned. And the cool thing, one of the things I really do love about this segment is the fact that he turns you on to institutions and businesses that have been around for a very long time that you may not have heard of if you've just come into the city or only been here 8 or 10 years or so. There's some really cool spots that are really local, but Brendan, again, kind of keeps his eye on that so he can tell us what's happening. So with that said, what's going on?
Well, happy to do it. I love doing it every week.
And we love you.
We are a news site, but I do love looking in for the events and things that are happening too, just for you.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Yeah. So there's tonight, there's a motorcycle slow drag race taking place at Ace Cafe. And I had never heard of a slow drag race before. I thought it's not a gay thing. This is for once, I'm telling you, a sports thing.
Now we know where Ross is. He's the only one on the show who can compete in it.
Not with those kinks.
It's a slower race with generally cars, but this is motorbikes where you can't go over 20 miles an hour and you only get 60 feet to actually have your engine on. And then you hit this line where you have to coast for the rest of the race.
That is such a fun idea.
Isn't that?
It's really cool. And it's going to start at 6 p.m. tonight at Ace Cafe Orlando.
That sounds fun.
That sounds super fun.
Yeah.
Lots of revving engines.
Yeah. And then coasting.
And coast. Just really quiet.
I'm guessing, do they have style points for this? Like, can you ride side saddle or like do tricks?
Good, man. I really think it's whatever helps you get across that finish line before the other person without hitting the gas.
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah, you'd have to Superman it.
Superman
or
at home?
Snoopy it, and just lay down and get your feet out and see whatever helps. There's a U.S. citizen test tonight. It's a trivia game that's it's themed.
I can't see this going
for
poorly.
The U.S. citizen test. So if you think you can answer all the questions on the U.S. citizen test, head on over to Deadwood Brewing at 7 p.m. and see what you can do.
Yeah, and let me tell you real quick.
Get ready to pack your bags.
Don't roll in there all cocky, because I've taken that test. I should be in Cuba.
You would burn too easily.
I'm telling you, we did this on the air about 2 or 3 years ago. Somebody sent us one of those.
Oh yeah,
and
we did terribly.
I'm not joking, man. I mean, it's not as easy as you think it is. I'm serious. I was like, well, you make it in. You probably deserve to be here more than me, maybe a little bit.
I didn't have to do a test because my mom's American. I really just took out my passport and that was it, and I'm here without knowing anything, and not to rub it in, but
just another dirty Canadian we got to deal with.
Just stealing jobs away from Americans. Yeah, it's like a sleeper agent.
Exactly right. All those lumberjack and syruping jobs.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. That's why I got to do all the drag gigs. That's all I can get. 6 guitars with Chase Padgett. It's sad that Ross isn't here to talk about it. Has he already talked about it on the show?
No, but I've seen it, and man, there's just no way to recommend it higher. There's no way to do it. I mean,
well, here's one.
It's a really cool premise.
Here's one. Even if you've seen it before as Chase Padgett's one-man show, he's now added a band. So there's, I believe, 2 other musicians with him on this, and he says it's really elevated the show. So even if you've seen it before, it's worth checking out again. And I believe it's at the Ren, right?
It is, yeah, the Renaissance Theater. It's a warehouse that was right next to the Advent Health Orlando, so Ivanhoe Village downtown. He plays 6 different characters. Each character tells a different story through music, with the guitar. While
playing a different style of guitar. There's flamenco, country, rock, folk,
jazz,
blues, and jazz. So, and then each guitar style gets its own character. So the blues character had a little bit of that in there, and
that would be.
But he's so GD talented. It is sickening how talented he is, and the show is enthralling. You can't miss it. If you get a chance to go, you gotta go. It's so different and unique and fun. There's no way you won't enjoy it.
And it starts tomorrow night at the Renaissance Theater, but it runs all month. So you have lots of opportunity to go see it. This is weird. So Enzian Theater has an ongoing series called Freaky Fridays, where they'll generally show like disturbing or horror movies, right? Mm-hmm. This upcoming one that opens tomorrow is called The Killer Robots, Robotica Destructiva, and it's actually from a local band, and their shtick is that they're like future androids. They're all silver and they just do music, right? But this movie now is going to be touring film festivals. It's about a trio of android warrior sisters who are awakened from a 10,000-year sleep to do battle with warlords and killer robots.
Yeah, someone was definitely on shrooms.
Hold up, that's Scientology.
There's no volcanoes.
Oh, okay,
no volcanoes. Martian volcanoes and souls getting spewed out. Have you seen that?
No. Yeah, the Xenu thing or whatever.
What they really worship, what they really believe in Scientology.
Yeah, they don't tell you that until you pay that money, though. Then they drop that Xenu bomb on you, and you're like, what? 15 years and 30 grand to find out that Xenu is the one? No, come on, man. I could have a tiny house.
You could and you should. Yeah. $11. Go check it out. If you're looking for something really weird, really fringe,
buddy,
this might be the one for you to do this weekend.
The first sign is when you say, this is weird.
Yeah.
I immediately threw a sheet of plastic over myself. Just waiting for the explanation. I want to be protected.
Always wear a body condom. You don't know what's going to happen. Orlando Library is celebrating their 100 years. What's that?
Centennial?
Centennial, yeah.
Thank you.
You had it. You lost confidence, but you had it.
Don't let her make you feel stupid. She does it to me all the time. My confidence is wrecked.
I invited it. I needed help.
He's man enough to handle it, Jimmy.
He's a succubus. Get it.
Man up.
Oh my God.
Secret's out.
That's a big drag inspiration, Jimmy. I'm going to do a little drawing later.
That's what you should drive is a succubus.
I think he may already.
If I ever get rid of John, it could be Bungalow or the Succubus.
All right,
That could be our new radio show. Orlando Library 300. They're having a big birthday bash on Saturday. If you like reading, if you're going down there anyway to return your books or what have you, make sure to check in on Saturday and just cheer them on. That's a big deal. They're gonna have lots of fun activities and a speakeasy band.
Oh, cool!
Non-alcoholic craft cocktails.
That sounds very library-ish.
Very library. Yeah.
Hey, come on down and almost have some fun.
Fun adjacent. I do need to say though, they're fine free now. So if you have a book that you've held on to for like 10 years, you can bring it back. There's no more fine.
He says it's fun adjacent. Hey, you can see the fun.
Through the windows. Yeah. As you watch people drink next door.
What's that, apple juice?
Time out. You're burying a very important point about this amnesty for long overdue return books.
Which is?
So hit it
They're
again.
fine free now. The library system is fine free.
Oh, very good.
No more fines.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
So that book that Jack and Jill book you still got?
Yeah, right. So put your $4.19 away.
Okay, how many of you guys still have library books from like school or stuff?
I didn't have one to begin with. Are you kidding? Have we met?
Yes, the succubus knows you.
What's that?
The succubus.
Yeah.
Tell the succubus what you got. What was the book?
Oh my God! I used to read all the I used to read Louis L'Amour books.
Oh.
And what was the one? Annie Oakley, The Adventures of Annie Oakley, or whatever. Because I was a gun-loving freak even then.
Progressive, but you also kind of had a thing for girls in short skirts with
sure.
guns, too.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
There's the eagle.
4th annual Get Hooked Seafood Festival is taking place in downtown Sanford, noon to 6 p.m. Should be super fun. Lots of fresh and delicious seafood from vendors and trucks and live music to wash it all down.
Our buddy Dustin is helping out with that down at Celery City, I think. You remember Dustin, right, Jack?
Oh, yeah.
Jester?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's the greatest.
Mr. Tattoo.
Oh, yeah, man. He's awesome.
Oh, he sounds hot.
Well, it's so funny. He used to be this, like, he would come in here wearing a full suit and a mohawk, and he did stand-up for a while, and now he, like, bass fishes with his daughter all the time. It's the greatest, like, it's the coolest thing. And he's been at Celery for a while.
Still?
Huh?
Does he still have a mohawk?
No, I think he sports it occasionally. God, he's just the coolest guy ever. I absolutely adore his company. So sweet.
We could get you a prosthetic mohawk, Jim.
No, let's don't do that.
Oh, yeah, let's do.
God, could
You
you
want to
imagine?
shake it up?
Let's do that.
Imagine that the deal was, we'll let you grow hair, but it's only for a mohawk.
Come on, Jim. Take one for the team. Just glue it on.
Just a dad hawk.
Yeah.
Still a little sparse
For
up front.
special occasions.
Snap
When
on.
people see the mohawk, they're like,
Snap
"Oh,
on.
the mohawk's out." Jim's getting
Man. That's the sound I make when I wear it. All right, one more. You're already getting us late. You're killing us already at the beginning of the year. Yeah.
I'll do 2 more. One real quick.
All right.
You can watch From Justin to Kelly, the amazing trashy movie for free at the Nook on Saturday night at 8 p.m. That's that movie that came out on the heels of the American Idol explosion and Kelly Clarkson's win.
And Justin was it Justin Guarini, who turned out? You know what his claim to fame is? Yeah, his name is Justin Guarini. What's his claim to fame?
He is the Dr. Pepper dude. He's the little Prince guy in the commercials.
Did you not know that, Brendan?
Oh, no way. That's him?
That's Justin Guarini. Yeah. Sweet. Man.
I'm glad you made that into a button.
I'm not.
And then there's a tie-dye party on Sunday at Ivanhoe Park Brewing because the Solar Bears are trying to break a Guinness World Record for the most tie-dye worn in a single place at a single time. And you can go make your own shirt at the brewery and get a ticket for $30, 1 to
cool.
5 p.m. this Sunday.
That's cool.
That is fun.
A lot of Deadhead shows to
Deadhead
compete
vibes.
with. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, buddy, as always,
Bring your weed vape.
Thank you very much. Did you have a good New Year and good Christmas season?
Yeah, always working. I don't get a holiday. I'm just always doing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in Orlando Magazine now as their new food columnist.
Really?
Wow.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. We're planning a new season, a new TV show. We're gonna start filming that any day now. So yeah, lots of stuff coming in.
Good for you, buddy. Good for you. And if you want to find him in the online, it's bungalore.com. All the information you just heard there. If you missed anything, he listed there on the website. Plus, great restaurant reviews and other information as well.
And be sure to come out every Tuesday at Tactical Brewing to see me in a beautiful dress and come play bingo.
And by the way, the beer's damn good. You know what? I think my wife and I are going to make it down there next week.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there's really no reason we shouldn't go down there and hang out one night because it's what time is it?
7. I can make it. I show up a little late.
It doesn't matter. But it's just that we could be down there in like 15 minutes. I used to live in Baldwin. I was home by 7:20. It's not like we get there and it's going to crush our soul if we don't make it on time. Just come down and hang out. It'd be cool.
Play some bingo.
The beer's great. The brewery does not get enough credit for being as good as they are because you hear so many other breweries have been around a little bit longer, but they do such a good job. And they brewed one of my wife's favorite beers of all time. They have a white stout that they brewed there for a while that was absolutely magical. Magical.
And they're all ex-service members.
Yeah. Good people,
cool.
too. Well, Brendan, as always, thanks, buddy. We appreciate it. There he goes. And it's bungalore.com. Give it up, Brendan O'Connor.
Yay!
See you, buddy. All right, 407
Nice succubus.
916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Bungalow are brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Saturdays at 9 here on Real Radio 104.1. The Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Well, if you're heading out on the Turnpike, expect a stop-and-go ride heading southbound between Mineola and State Road 50. It's a solid ride, too, westbound on I-4 between World Drive and 429. It's slow, too, between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. Eastbound, a busy ride, too, on the interstate between US 192 and Central Florida Parkway. We're still in good shape on the Beach Line and 417. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing is committed to quality and printing perfect every time. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more. Offer ends 2/11. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details. Try Staples and see the difference.
Hey guys, Jim here with my friends over at Solar Bear. Did you know that in Orlando last year, 3 different utility rate increases, and they're meeting about another rate increase in 2023? Stop going along with these rate increases now. Right now is the time to go solar with Solar Bear, the #1 solar installer in the state of Florida. These guys can help eliminate your power bill in 2023. They're also the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state, locally owned and operated. That means no subcontractors. That's a good thing. All you have to do, just visit solarbear.com today for your free estimate and check it out right now. 0 down, 0% interest, no payments for 12 months with credit approval. Say goodbye to your electric bill, but say hi to Solar Bear. Solarbear.com.
Brought to you by JustCall.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Don't get fooled by fake online offers that change immediately once you get there. AutoBuy guarantees you the max every time. In 20 minutes or less, you will have a no-hassle offer to buy your vehicle and get paid on the spot. That's why we are Google's #1 rated car buying company in the nation. We make it fast and easy to sell your car, truck, SUV, or boat. If it has wheels, we'll buy it. Steer clear of fake offers. Go to WePayTheMax.com. That's WePayTheMax.com.
Thank you for calling Navy Federal Credit Union. How can I help you?
Hi, if I'm in the Army, not in the Navy, am I still eligible for membership?
Yes, you are.
What about my sister in the Air Force?
Her too.
And my dad's a Marine.
We serve all branches of the military, veterans, and their families.
My dog is a retired military working dog.
I'll see what I can do.
Find out if you're eligible at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassy's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassy's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Jurassic World Live Tour. 65 million years in the making. See Jurassic World's most iconic dinosaurs. T-Rex, Blue the Raptor, Triceratops, and more roar to life with epic thrills and heart-pounding adventure. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Coming to Amway Center January 13th through 16th. Tickets on sale now. Visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com today.
Some people get COVID and thought, well, that wasn't such a big deal. But you can get COVID again, and next time it could be worse, especially for those 50 and older, or with a chronic condition like heart disease or diabetes. But with an updated vaccine, you have better protection from COVID's worst outcomes, and that's a big deal. Find updated COVID vaccines near you at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
So the used car gold rush is coming to a close, and some of my competitors are already choking and trying to go broke. They grew too fast, and they were on fake money. Watch out for bad checks. It's coming. GiveMeTheVin.com, solid as a rock, money's good, did $2 billion in sales in 12 months. Why? Because we do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it, and we make it easy for you at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors. New year, same nonsense. Welcome back to Jim Colbert Show.
Another loss for Kevin McCarthy. Four 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. Grand is your 4 o'clock keyword. That's GRAND. Go over to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Grand is your 4 o'clock keyword. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Debs here.
Hello.
So is Jack.
Yeah.
Said you had lunch with our former PD today?
Yeah, Chris Kampmeyer.
Hello, bud.
He's a little more mellow in retirement.
Yeah. He was actually always mellow. We always made him way more animated than he ever really was.
Yeah, well, actually,
that dude told me to F off one time, and I deserved it, and I loved it. I never looked at him. I was like, hey, F you, Jimmy! He was so mad at me.
When we sat there, and I told him, I go, it's the 30th year for Real Radio, and it's the 30th anniversary for Russ and Jimmy. I go, how many times did you think we would never hit that benchmark?
Did he have an answer?
Either one of them.
Every day.
Like, yeah.
Every day. There was a run. The Monsters had a run of about maybe 6 or 7 years where it would have been no fun to be managing the station at that time.
Yeah.
It's just like every other day there was a phone call about something that was done or said or some drama internally or something. It was just, it's exactly what it took to make a show like that run that long. That's just those things are fueled by that stuff.
Yeah.
I've come to learn that.
God bless you, Catherine Brown.
Yeah. She was my therapist for I probably owe her $100,000 every day. I mean, but how's he doing, by the way?
He's doing well.
Yeah. If I ever had a true mentor in this business, most people would probably think, and I probably even would have considered it myself, that Jim would have been that. But Jim really wasn't a mentor per se, other than just listening and watching him do the craft.
Right.
You learn. And Jim, toward the end of his career, he and I would talk more frequently about, what was going to happen in the time slot and what I would be doing and he'd be doing and stuff like that. But the person who was the real mentor in my career and keeping me grounded in this business would have been Chris. And he's the greatest. He's just like the sweetest guy. And his family's all awesome. He's smart. He's got that. He's got a certain wisdom about him that when he talks, you listen to him, because he's not telling you for his vanity. He's telling you for his, for the goodness of the message. And
he was one of those names in the industry here in Central Florida that you just knew, regardless of what company you worked for. He was kind of like the Wizard of Oz.
I lost it at his retirement party. Like I got emotional in front of everybody that works in this building over it. I mean, that's the only person I've ever done that with. Not even Linda, when Linda left. Not even that. I mean, and I adore Linda, but Chris was different. Spent a lot, and Chris and I would have conversations like I would go in his office sometimes in the afternoons, just shut the door, and we would talk about music for 2 hours. Talk about what's popular, talk about this business, talk about the, what makes this business click and run. What's the future of this? I mean, for hours we would talk. It was great.
We actually have some audio from Jim speaking at Chris's retirement party.
Man, here in Central Florida. Woo!
Couldn't have said it better myself, Jim.
Woo!
Those were touching words.
That's the best compliment I can give you, by the way. I can go, man, 15 times. And
15 works, too.
15. Man. Jack is happy with that button. I did want to give you a little heads up. I saw something today. We try to pass on as much information as we can that will help out the community. And if you were out in the Seminole County area specifically during the hurricanes and whatnot, and you took that water on, there is a hazard mitigation grant program out there right now that FEMA is funding. And what it does is, if you're home, what are you laughing at?
Oh, I'm not laughing. I talked to my best friend about that last night.
In matter of fact, she would be exactly one of the people that would be. Is it already done?
It's not already done. But when I said, hey, did you hear FEMA's got this new program where they'll help you sell, relocate, or raise your home?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, too.
And yeah.
So is it just difficult or something?
It's not difficult. It's just that it's not going to be completely cost-free.
Yeah,
FEMA will help you cover a lot of it.
100%. And even in this context of the story, this happened when Faye came through.
Right.
They talked to a gentleman that used that program, and it helped him raise his house up 5 feet, which, of course, allowed him to avoid all of the stuff that just happened to everybody else. So if you did want to be a part of that, it's called the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program. Homeowners you can just kind of contact them and find out what they can do for you, especially if you live out in that Geneva area where we were, in Altamont where your friend was.
Yeah, exactly. Or La Vista.
Well, it's only in Seminole County.
Oh, that's right, Seminole County.
Yeah,
okay.
only
But
in Seminole
Geneva,
County.
your area took it. I mean, that was some of the hardest hit.
You're talking about raising a house with an S.
Yeah.
Okay.
Raising as in,
I thought they'll help pay you to knock it over.
It'll pay 75% of the project. So if you have a situation where you're like, wow, I got to raise my house up, I don't want to lose my house, and it's $100,000 to do it, they'll get $75,000 of that, and then you'll have to finance or come up with the other money.
Yeah.
But it certainly beats losing your home. And
right.
And one thing never gets mentioned, and we never talked about that much when this was happening, because everybody was just like, well, move, just move. I mean, it floods, move. Well, I mean, that's their home. I mean, they want to live there. They kind of understand the idea of it, but they want to live there. And I think it's a little short-sighted to just say, hey, just pick up your stuff and move. Like, these people's, legacies, their family legacy, their entire bloodline have lived and died in that small area out there, and they don't want to move.
Well, it's even if they haven't, chances are their ability to just move is nil to none like most everyone else in Central Florida.
Where are you going to go? You going to go somewhere and pay $2,500 for a 2-bedroom apartment?
And that's if you don't still owe on the house that's flooded
Right.
that you can't live in.
And
it's so much more involved than than I ever thought.
I mean, you talk to people out there, that soil, and this goes with anybody, whether it be in Kissimmee, St. Cloud, Winter Garden, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
That dirt is in you. When you set up shop somewhere, especially if it's rural, you seek to live out there. You're out there for a reason, So if you want to do that again, it's called the let me make sure I get this right again. I put my glasses on because I was ranting there, and I can't do that with my glasses. Hazard Mitigation Grant Program. Because I'll throw them off and break them when I start shaking my head and I get pissed off.
It was the old man.
These glasses are killing me. Killing me. And my ISO sight won't get bad enough to get lazy. Every time I go in there, they're like, "You're right on the edge." I'm like, "You said that 5 years ago." I want to see perfect without these stupid glasses. Woo! 407. By the way, it's the number. By the way, is 407-665-5102, or you can contact them via email. It's em@SeminoleCountyFL.gov. Again, that's EM, which would be Emergency Management, em@SeminoleCountyFL.gov. File your application. The worst thing they can say is no, or that you don't qualify. But if you do, and you have that project and you're looking for some help, maybe this can offer you some assistance. That would be a good thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Any little bit helps.
You got it. 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Remember, grand is your 4 o'clock keyword. $1,000 out there for you guys. Go to realradio.fm and send that away and get it. It's grand. Back in a sec with Colbert Court.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Our weather forecast is looking very nice. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. It's all about the sunshine this weekend. It'll be a little bit cooler. Tonight down to 52. Tomorrow the high 69. But the warm sunshine will offset any chill in the air. Tomorrow night cooling down to 47 for the Saturday morning low. High 71 Saturday. Sunday 77 degrees. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Racetrack. You know what's better than one slice of pizza? More than one slice of pizza. Buy one pizza slice, get another one for only $1 at Racetrack. More slices, more tasty, more yum. Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
Business owners, this could be the most important 10-minute call you will ever make. You may be eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit for overpayment of payroll taxes during the pandemic. Omega Accounting Solutions is a trusted business advisor that works with integrity to maximize your ERC refunds. Call Omega now at 800-300-9ERC to discover how much you can get back, or visit OmegaTaxCredits.com. Take advantage of the ERC Small Business Tax Credit before the 3-year sunset deadline. Filing begins to close March 31st, 2023. So find out if you qualify today with a quick, easy, free 10-minute ERC consultation. Don't wait up to a year for the ERC backlog to clear. Omega's funding division, Omega Funding Solutions, offers small business bridge loans to help you keep your business afloat while you wait for your refund. Call 800-300-9ERC to get started, or visit OmegaTaxCredits.com. That's 800-300-9ERC, or visit OmegaTaxCredits.com.
I'm Mangesh Chatikler, and it turns out astrology is way more widespread than any of us want to believe. You can find it in Major League Baseball, international banks, K-pop groups, even the White House. But just when I thought I had a handle on this subject, something completely unbelievable happened to me, and my whole view on astrology changed. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, give me a few minutes, because I think your ideas are about to change too. Listen to Skyline Drive on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Rent is due and money is tight. You could A, pay a huge late fee, or B, get an Amscot cash advance and avoid it. Amscot, up to $500 fast. No credit check. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval. Amscot.
Are you ready for a sandwich with ingredients worth remembering? The new Dunkin' Bacon Avocado Tomato Sandwich. It's got premium ingredients that are easy to remember because they're right in the name. The new Dunkin' Bacon Avocado Tomato Sandwich. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Boss, wait till you hear this.
Whoa, hang on.
We just found 6 houses without Safe Touch security, so let me enjoy my good mood for a little bit, will ya?
Sorry, boss, but Safe Touch is running a buy one, get one free special on their 24/7 recording perimeter guard cameras.
A BOCO on cameras?
Yeah. Listen, get 5-star security surveillance with Safe Touch's 2-way communicator, free installation, and lifetime warranty. Plus, add a doorbell camera for just $99.
Do that, Lester Jackson! Why is he doing this to me?
Boss, it's just another reason we have the Crooksmas Golden Rule. Stay away from Safe Touch houses.
Yeah. So much for my good mood.
Safe Touch houses.
Yeah. So much for my good mood.
Crooks know to stay away from Safe Touch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Monitoring agreement required with approved credit. Beat the holiday rush. Cameras are going fast. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
According to Moody's research from July 2021, the cumulative bond default rate for rated investment-grade municipal bonds was 0.10% from 1970 to 2020. Municipal bonds don't usually get the media coverage the stock market does, but if you're looking for a potential source of federally tax-free income, now is an excellent time to consider municipal bonds from Hanyon & Walsh. If you have at least $10,000 to invest, call and talk with one of our bond specialists at 1-800-761-9761. We'll send you our exclusive bond guide free with details about how bonds may be an important part of your portfolio. Hanyon & Walsh has specialized in fixed income and growth solutions for 30 years and offers high-quality municipal bonds from across the country that are federally tax-free and have historically been low risk. Call today to request your free bond guide. 1-800-761-9761. That's 1-800-761-9761. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Real radio. Real radio. Real radio. Real radio. 104.1.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this gloomy Thursday afternoon. Gonna be better tomorrow, though, kids.
Just cool.
Nice and chilly and crispy all weekend long. Gonna be perfect out there. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is here.
Yeah.
It's time for Colbert to Kurt.
What you are listening to is real. Well, sort of. The participants are not actors. That's a fact. This is, however, a real case that will be decided here in our forum, the Colbert Court.
Colbert Court brought to you by our good friend Glenn Klausman. That's KLAUSMAN Law.com. Office is right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash called Klausman. Glenn, how are you, buddy?
Happy New Year.
Great.
Happy
Well,
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good to you, man.
You do that intro very well.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I remembered it from last year.
Hey, you still look like Santa, dude.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
I am. I'm still playing the Santa Claus card.
Are you really? How was your
Santa
new
Clausman? Yeah.
How was your
I
New Year?
It was great. It was great. I mean, a lot of people have thought I looked like Santa Claus. A lot of kids thought I looked like Santa Claus, especially toddlers, like 2 to 5. I'd ask them how Santa was with their Christmas, and it was interesting. It's fun. it's fun.
Do you do any like any outreach? Are you Santa anywhere?
Yeah, would you like to do some mall work next December?
Yeah, no, I haven't put the whole uniform on to go do that.
Well, don't do it in the Outspot
But,
Mall.
you know,
You'll leave like smelling like butter popcorn.
I get along without it. I do it without it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. You're good at it. You got a good look.
Yeah, I mean, I can't, and I got the name, Santa Claus.
That's right, exactly. You got half the name, more than half.
It's all there. What can I say?
So, Glenn, I'm interested to find out if little kids before Christmas ran up to you and maybe told you what they wanted for Christmas. Did you experience that as well?
No, I had kids that would hide behind their parents' leg and look at me and whisper to their parents.
Oh.
Right, yeah.
I had that happen a few times.
Yeah. They're terrified.
No. I told them, you're on my good list.
Yeah, your glasses are even good.
I know exactly.
I know.
He's transforming. I have a feeling we know who the real Santa Claus is.
Yeah, this is like that Tim Allen movie.
Exactly.
Where he, physically turns into him.
Slowly becomes Santa Claus.
If you go back to old Cobra courts, I think we're seeing it happen.
I think we are.
God, could you imagine if he's been snowing us this entire time? No pun intended.
And he's really Santa Claus.
And he fronts as a personal injury attorney.
Oh, man, you've just written the next Miracle on 34th Street movie.
And then now you're right. And then now it turns out that he's just a big old jolly toy-giving monster.
And who would have? I mean, what a great job for Santa to have a personal injury attorney who fights for the little guy.
Oh,
yeah, he's a champion of the people.
Exactly.
And he's like wins the best lawyer around, award all the time.
Exactly.
I'm going to get to work on that script.
But lives in, an auspicious life. Yeah, absolutely. You're going to make us all millionaires.
Yeah, let's get a treatment in the works.
I'm going to give you a Southern accent, though.
Yeah.
We already have a Faticus Inch with a Southern accent who's not here today. We don't need another one.
All right, so Glenn, here's the thing. I know that we were talking a little bit before the show about what we were going to go over today, and you were like, let's do Jack's thing. And I was like, well, I thought Jack's thing was all over.
And
then you're like, no, Jack's thing is not over. And if you will remember, a few months back, Jack went to a concert down at the Citrus Bowl, or
Chili Peppers.
The Chili Peppers, and had a fender bender there that was not his fault.
Yeah, there was he posted the video at JimColbertLive.com where you could.
Somebody backed into the front of him while looking for a parking spot. They switched insurance information, and I actually just kind of forgot about the entire thing because I thought it was all over. Jack told me that they voluntarily gave the information up. They didn't seem to be throwing much of a fit about it. Everybody was good, and I thought it was just kind of a done deal.
So because it was their fault, they backed into me, but I was concerned that all they had to say was I ran into them. I was the car in the back, and usually that's the guilty party. Fortunately, I have a dash cam. It showed I was traveling at 0 miles per hour when they hit me. In that video, you can hear some adult language, we'll say.
No.
That is me. However, and I mentioned this to Glenn, it wasn't my fault. I didn't want to involve my insurance company and deal with that. My rates are already, where they are. I don't want anything affecting that. I figured I can just go through their insurance company. They gave me the information. So at first I found out that the driver was not listed on the car owner's insurance policy. I'm like, well, I hope that doesn't affect me, but it didn't. But it's been, I'd email and it would take a while for them to get back to me.
So when did this initial impact happen?
Back September.
So in September.
September, yeah,
Okay.
mid-September.
October, November, December.
And so they were never very responsive. It was hard to get in touch with them. Finally, I'd get a letter from them, and they'd say, well, we're investigating.
Now, this is the insurance company.
This is their insurance company. I shared the video with them as well.
Is this an insurance company that we would know?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, God.
Mine is one you would know.
Okay.
I bet you I would know him.
I bet you Glenn would know him. Yeah.
For all the wrong reasons, I'm sure.
It rhymes with Dairyland.
Okay, very good.
So and they weren't very responsive as far as it was hard to get in touch with someone, and I wouldn't get answers to emails, but a letter would show up.
So you're just feeling stonewalled.
I was. And finally, they had someone come to my house a couple months later to take pictures.
Oh.
They took pictures of the car, and then they disappeared. Couple weeks go by, I email them again, and finally they send me a letter that says, here is our estimate based on those pictures. Here is a check. And I'm like, okay, well, it was a pretty low amount. I think the damage is going to be more than that because they looked at the cosmetic stuff, but I think there's stuff behind it that they didn't take into account.
Can you say how much it was?
Yeah, it was about $850 is what they said.
Not even close.
No, because their trailer hitch went through my grill.
Not even close.
But it hit. There's an impact bar behind that's
Yep.
dented,
Yep.
and it also damaged my wheel well, where my tire wore through the wheel well on turns because it kind of shifted out of place. Right, so it kind of threw things out of
Couple
alignment there.
$1,000 minimum.
So, I figured, I know they lowball you. They hope you take the check and then you're on your way. If you're not going to get the work done, then they're off the hook. However, I want the work done. It's a nice car. I want to keep it nice. So I brought it to a place, and now they tell me it's going to take 2 weeks. I'm like, all right, well, I need a rental car, and I cannot get their insurance company to find. I want to find out, how do I get a rental car? They're not calling me back. Finally,
God
I'm like,
almighty again?
I'm like, listen, I'm just going to go to my insurer and let them get the money from their insurer.
And how's that going to affect your rate, though? I mean, usually you would think that wouldn't have anything to do with it.
I was concerned about that, and so, but I'm like, all right, let me just go through it and hope the fact that I'm not at fault here is going to protect me. I go through my policy, and it's a well-known company. They were very responsive. They gave me all the information right away. They gave me a quote within days of me, contacting them, which was a little higher. But then it was $500 lower because they removed my deductible from it.
Oh, my goodness alive.
Now,
what
if,
a mess.
If they get the money from the other insurance company, I'll get reimbursed my deductible. But now that's in question because all I wanted was a rental car because I need a vehicle while this car is getting fixed.
It's fun. It's funny watching Glenn's facial expressions while you tell the story because he has this little wry smile as if he's heard this a billion times.
I don't even want to look. But so for Colbert Court, I bring you the case of which insurance company to use.
So
I made a claim with the first one, then I made a claim through my insurance company, and now I'm kind of waiting.
Let me ask you a question. The first thing you said when you brought this up, and Glenn, chime in here, please, because you cashed the check?
I did not.
Okay, so you haven't cashed the check
I did
yet.
not.
So he hasn't cashed it, Glenn. But if he even took the check from the person, can they consider that like a done deal and wash their hands? I know if you cash it, that's the case. I've been in that scenario before, which is a complete ripoff. But what's he got to do?
Hey, he's in good shape right now. What was the check for, Jack? 800 and change?
Yeah, $850.
$850.
Yeah, and it was in the mail. It showed up in the mail.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And what did your own company say?
My own company came at just under $1,200, but then they took out the $500 deductible.
All right.
Yeah. So they had figured it was going to be a little more expensive. I think it's going to be more than that. However,
Yeah, and they don't know until they get in. And do you have rental reimbursement coverage?
I do. Now, what I just found out is I believe with my insurance company, it's $40 a day.
That's great.
Well, I think so because the thing I know since the pandemic, rental car rates have really gone up tremendously. So I don't even know if that's still a good amount.
Is that set rate always the case, Glenn, or is it what the market is at the time?
It depends on what coverage you buy. I've seen $30 rates, I've seen $40 rates, I've seen $50 rates, and usually you go through Enterprise. Enterprise usually has a good deal they make with insurance companies for their insured clients.
Wow!
So they'll give you a rate cheaper than if you walked in off the street and got a rate.
So is it? So Jack's insurance company handled things expeditiously. The other company did not. Do you have any recourse when insurance companies are dragging their feet? Anything you can do to force them to move around, or do you have to just wait?
Yeah, it's a problem. I mean, I was on the phone for a couple hours yesterday and today total with a case where we're having nothing but problems on a similar case. But, I'll talk about that in a minute. But in Jack's case, he's got the check from the other company. He didn't cash it. He's not going to do anything with it. He's going to go through his own company. Ultimately, they're going to get the $500 back. So he's going to be at $1,200 and probably more, because they'll probably, once they start getting into it, they'll see how much more. And he's got rental reimbursements, which is great. The client I've been dealing with is in a terrible situation because she has no rental reimbursement, and her car could take months to get fixed. And the other party in our case, and probably in Jack's case, because I know the company, Dairyland, that he mentioned, they usually don't sell very high limits to people. So they probably have a person that they insure that bought the very basic coverage, which pays only $10,000 to repair someone else's car that they damage. And that includes, in Jack's case, that's okay. That includes rental, that includes towing and storage. In this other case I'm dealing with, this lady's car is probably damaged greater than that level. And, so there's a message out there when if you have an accident, you want to have coverage for collision coverage, which is it's coverage that you buy that if the other party causes an accident and doesn't have enough coverage to pay for the damage to your car, your collision coverage will step in and take care of it. And you also need rental reimbursement today because with parts problems with cars and repair problems with cars, it could take months to get cars back.
Wow.
I've got another client that it's taken 6 months to get his Audi fixed.
6 months?
Yeah, because of parts. They can't get the parts.
Somebody just texted us in, Glenn. We've never asked this question in all the years that we've been doing this segment. Let's say you get a big insurance settlement from an injury or something like that. Is that tax free? Do you get tax on settlement wins like that?
I am not a tax expert. That's what I have to tell people when they ask me this question. But the general consensus is that the money you get for pain and suffering, that's not taxable. If you get money to reimburse you for income loss, there's a question whether that's taxable or not. But generally, what's going to happen when you settle a case is it's going to say it's for your non-economic losses as well as your economic losses. And generally, most people look at it that it's not taxable.
Yeah, I got you.
Glenn, so ultimately or initially, I was hesitant to go through my own company because I felt like, I wasn't at fault, so I didn't want them involved. But is that hesitancy warranted, or the fact that I pay my company to take care of my needs, I should allow them to fight the battle?
Yeah, and is your rate going to go up?
Yeah, and
we've talked about this before. Your rate is not supposed to go up for a non-fault accident. If you're not at fault, your rate's not supposed to go up. The problem is there teeth in that law, and can the insurance company use some other reason to rate you? That's the problem.
Then
if you don't have tickets and things like. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I was going to say, then you have to wind up suing them. Is that what happens? Like let's say they do. I mean, Jack's insurance rate's already a little bit up there.
Yeah.
If he had to hit him again for another, if they raised him up again, does he have to take action against?
How could you prove? How could you prove that it was because of your accident? And like Glenn said, they just find another reason to rate you.
Yeah, I mean, but couldn't you make a point that it would be coincidental that they didn't raise his rate for 8 months, and then coincidentally after an insurance settlement, that magically his rate goes up?
You want to take on a massive insurance company on the basis of coincidence?
Well, the reality is what happens is his policy period expires, and now he's got to renew. And they say, this is the new rate. And take it or leave it. I mean, you can't sue them because the rate's the higher rate now. You just go somewhere else.
There you go.
And so when when this policy ends and and the only way to get a lower insurance rate is to jump companies, I go to a new company and they're like, have you had any claims in the past 5 years? I have to claim this now.
Yeah, because they will know you had a property damage claim that was not your fault.
Right.
That's what they'll know.
As long as they know it's not my fault.
Yeah, and you hit on something earlier when you said, it's your own company. Your own company has a duty to you. It's what lawyers call a fiduciary duty. They're supposed to be in a position where you trust them, that they're going to do what's right for you. And the at-fault party's insurance company is not in that position. They don't owe you a fiduciary duty. They're supposed to act in good faith according to the law, but it's much easier sometimes to get the right amount of money from your own company than trying to get it from the other company. Because what happens is if your own company doesn't pay you what's fair, you have the right to sue your own company to get what's fair. And if you win, they pay your attorney's fees.
Wow. We just had 2 body shop owners text us and say that they've been waiting for parts, one of them for up to a year. He said, I have a 2022 pickup truck, and I've had it since before the hurricane waiting for parts. They're scarce, he says.
Yeah, and imagine, even if you have rental reimbursement, it's usually only good for 30 days.
Right.
And it's, it's crazy. People have had to go out and buy replacement vehicles while their vehicle's being fixed. It's crazy.
Here's another thing, Glenn, that someone had texted us at 77031 recommending that Jack pay attention to it too. I won't say the car rental company, but just saying that, you know, they had put them in a vehicle that was over their rental allowance that day, you know, the allowance that you're given from your insurance. So to be careful of that, because you can end up incurring charges even though you have coverage to,
Right, yeah.
you know, help you pay that bill.
Got a $40 rental car. I don't know about that. Where are you going to find that? $40.
Unless
Well,
they have
I think they're still available through
that's good,
Enterprise.
that's
I mean, I've had clients that have been able to get their rental car with their rental coverage.
Jack, get a Lambo. Just throw like an extra
Yeah,
hundo in there for
exactly,
the
man.
damage. Get a
A
Lambo.
tank.
Do something fun, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of extra cash. I think I'll do that.
You're swimming in it.
Just for 2
But
days.
very-
Come on, don't be such an
very
ass.
important. Very important people today have collision coverage. It may not have been as important in the past, but today, because the other side a lot of times doesn't have enough coverage to pay for the damage to your vehicle. If you got damage more than 10 grand to your vehicle and you don't have collision coverage, you got a problem, because if the other side's caused that accident and they only have 10 grand, that's all they're going to pay.
Man, good Lord of
So
mercy.
that's why you need collision coverage.
I have
Goodness.
that, and I have uninsured and underinsured motorist
That's
coverage.
the
as well.
smartest thing to have.
That's right. Now, hey, by the before we go, real quick, is that rental insurance thing for to cover your rental car? Is that an expensive addition to your policy?
Usually not. Usually not. Because it's usually it's a 30-day max, and with Jack it's $40 a day. So the most he'll ever pay is $1,200, and they figure maybe you got a 1 in 25 chance of getting in an
Right,
accident.
exactly,
So what are they gonna
A few bucks a month.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, as always, we appreciate your great knowledge.
Well, thank you, and I enjoy imparting my Santa Claus wisdom.
I'm telling you, he's the real deal.
Yeah, I don't know when we're going to do Santa Claus trivia again, because it's January now.
Yeah, you
I know.
You have to do Easter trivia or do something more holiday related. Then we have to.
Oh,
You have to get
I'm
some
not
bunny
gonna-
ears.
Yeah, dress up as a rabbit.
Now we're talking, Glenn.
All
I
right,
don't think so.
you guys give it up. There he is. It's Glenn Klausman, Klausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash call. Glenn Klausman. Always good seeing you, buddy.
Good seeing you. Look forward to getting together again.
You
Thanks,
better.
Glenn.
Feel better, man. All right.
Happy New Year.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show and a new keyword right after this.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities still working to clear an accident that's blocking the shoulder. Heads up heading east on I-4 between Lee Road and Maitland Boulevard. Some heavy delays through here. We're still seeing a slow ride too heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429. It's slow too between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. Delays continue south on the Turnpike too between Mineola and State Road 50. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auctions. Mecum Kissimmee 2023 continues now through Sunday, January 15th at Osceola Heritage Park with 4,000 collector cars for auction, food, exhibitors, live entertainment, and the Dodge Thrill Ride. Your Mecum experience begins at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Man, it's time for a new bathroom. You have told yourself 1,000 times, I'm so sick and tired of that guest bathroom. Every time I walk by it, I curse it a little bit. It's out of date. It's old. It stinks. It just really doesn't complement your home. Here is my answer to that. Get with Rebath of Mid-Florida. These guys up in Altamont have been crushing it for Central Floridians for years now, getting them great-looking bathrooms at an affordable price in a realistic time frame and with incredible products that you're going to love. And you can see them every day, actually. Their showroom is very cool up in Altamont, 436, right across from Kobe there. You can't miss them. And you'll see models set up when you go in. And just understand, those models are just so you can see what the products look like. Every bathroom from Rebath is a custom bathroom. Their design team, your ideas, their products. Next thing you know, you have a gorgeous, trendy bathroom that looks amazing, and it's going to look that way for years because these products are virtually indestructible, and that includes natural stone like travertine and marble. Hop on board today, rebathmidfla.com. Look at those before and afters. Picture that in your home because that can happen. Book your appointment today. It's rebathmidfla.com.
Anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. One jackpot is paid out every minute on the hottest slot machines and table games. With over $2 billion in jackpots paid out in the last year, you could be the next lucky winner. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa has over 800 rooms and suites, a luxurious rock spa and salon, award-winning restaurants, and an exciting comedy and concert lineup, including pool parties with world-renowned artists. With a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment options, anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Checkers $5 meal deal is for people who know what it's like to stretch. Every dollar. Ooh, before you pull a hammy, get to Checkers and feast on our $5 meal deal. Fill up on a fully dressed checker burger or fry lover's burger, plus 8-piece white meat chicken bites, Checkers oh-so-famous seasoned fries, and a 16-ounce drink. Oh, mama, that's a lot for just $5. The Checkers $5 meal deal. Woo, no stretch required.
What's good, Locos? It's Angel from the Monsters. Let me tell you about Celery City Craft. They are the official sponsor of Beer of the Week, and they are bringing to you Get Hooked on Lake Monroe Fishing Tournament and Seafood Festival this weekend in Sanford. Captain's Meeting Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. Seafood Fest Saturday, noon to 6. Go to hookedonlakemonroe.com for more info.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
People who suffer from arthritis are getting real pain relief with exciting biologic therapies at QC Kinetics.
The success rate is there, and there's no better way to treat yourself when it comes to dealing with pain.
Meet Tyler Vale, co-founder of QC Kinetics, who says they can't cure arthritis, but they can treat the pain.
If you think of the tide coming in and out on the beach and what it does, it erodes the sand, right? Can't stop the tide, but eventually when the sand or the beach gets bad enough, when we backfill that beach with sand so that we get generations of enjoyment with that beach again. And the same thing happens with your knee or your shoulder or your hip or your back. We want to backfill the problems that have happened to this point. I'm not stopping the tide, so I'm not stopping the arthritis, but I want to get generations of enjoyment out of those joints again.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Learn more about how restorative biologic therapies can get you real and lasting joint pain relief.
Call QC Kinetics, 689-244-7980. That's 689-244-7980. In Orlando, Winter Park, and the Villages, 689-244-7980.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Visit nationstrucks.com and make no payments for 120 days with approved credit. Ford, Chevy, Dodge Ram, and GMC with the largest selection of pre-owned trucks. You're going to find them all at Nations Trucks, the world's largest independent truck dealer.
This Colbert Court brought to you by Glenn Klausman, KlausmanLaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
What's up, Ohana? Holy makihiki ho. Hey, you know who? This Oswald from New Jersey. Exit 43. Anyway, your lelo for the day is Po Kayla. Po Kayla is It's actually an action word, and that's to strive for excellence. So in this new year, let us all make a goal. Strive for excellence. Aloha.
Aloha, brother. I love his phone calls.
I didn't know he was from New Jersey.
Jersey, man, come on.
Still love it.
I do too, but I'm still gonna picture him on a beach.
I knew he wasn't Hawaiian.
Oh my God, I bet he looks like some Boston construction worker. He's whiter than white. I love those calls, though. You keep faking it, but he shouldn't have said that, though.
I know.
You should say this. Maybe there's a New Jersey and Hawaii. Who knows?
Exit 43.
Right, 407. No exits there. 407 916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack. Word. And your 5 o'clock keyword is green, Green. Go to realradio.fm and send that away. I say send that away. When you log on, you'll see. You enter that and you hit send, and it goes off into the nether to our people, and then they pick out their winner, and then they call you. So if you are playing the game, please stick by your phone. That is how they tell you that you've won.
Oh, come on!
Come on!
No winners yet.
Do you guys remember the story out of Colorado? There was a funeral home owner who was selling body parts of cadavers that she took in.
Recycle.
She was selling body parts without the family's permission and consent. You guys remember that story?
I do.
Yeah, it was
There's been a couple.
Vaguely. Yeah.
Okay. So what she was doing was she defrauded relatives of the dead by dissecting 560 corpses and selling body parts without their permission. Her name is Megan Hess. She's 46 years old, and she pleaded guilty to fraud in July. Operated a funeral home, Sunset Mesa, and a body parts entity called Donor Services, which I assume is a service like if you... now look, I don't know because I don't know anything about this. I am an organ donor. I think all of us are, correct? Are you an organ donor or not?
You don't want my organs, dude.
But your eyes are... I think that's actually one of the most... donated things is your eyes and kidneys and liver and stuff, I believe. I'm an organ donor. Jack, you are. You've mentioned that before, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm an organ donor.
I kind of forgot.
My wife and I both. We've been that for a while. So I would assume that the company, if you're an organ donor and these people are paid to harvest whatever organs that you say that you're going to donate, and then kind of go from there. That's what that does.
Well, it's not just organs for donation because, of course, you can't take those from a corpse.
No, I know that. Yes, that's what you're saying. It's for studies.
Or think about the fact that when you had your ACL repaired, they offered you a cadaver ACL or a wire. I just had dental surgery, was offered cadaver bone, or they'd have to take bone from myself. So there must be a big market for these things.
Well, there's 560 of them, 560 cadavers. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody was up. They just sentenced her. And I have to tell you, if I were to tell you about that crime, if I were to tell you that I just stole body parts from dead people, would you think it would be that severe of a sentence?
Nah. Yeah.
Buddy, I got to tell you.
Probation.
No, not probation.
Jack, that's brutal. There comes his jersey.
Simmer down, buddy.
Put your jersey away.
You heard the guy. Positivity.
They didn't feel it.
But you would think on the surface, if you looked at it logically and not emotionally, you would think to yourself, okay, so they stole a kidney from a dead person, or they took some ears or whatever from a dead person. Yeah. Okay, they didn't tell the family. You can understand that would be
few years.
That is egregious to do that. And you could see where maybe civilly she would pay out the ass because of what happened here. But criminally, I wouldn't have thought maybe more than maybe 3 to 5 max.
No, I would think more just because of the sheer volume, the sheer amount of money made. And again, this is abuse of a corpse, which is against the law in every state in the country.
Why?
She charged them $1,000 for cremations that never happened.
See, and then
they were supposed to be cremated.
There's the
There's
fraud.
the fraud.
That's fraud, right? Yeah.
So it's just like the gangsters, right? I mean, they didn't nail Capone on the murder and the larceny and everything else. They nailed him on taxes.
Tax evasion, right?
So for her, I think they should throw the damn book at her.
It says here, at her funeral home, Hess charged families up to $1,000 for cremations that never happened. She offered others free cremations in exchange for a body donation. She lied to more than 200 families who received cremated ashes from bins mixed with the remains of different cadavers. So even the ashes now that are in the urns of these families are, they might not even have 5% of the actual person in there. It's just a bouillabaisse of, cadaver ashes. So she made over $500,000 from this. You can do the math. It's pretty easy. And that's just what we know. What do you think they gave her, Jack?
So we know it's not low. I'm going to go 15 years.
You already know, don't you?
Yeah, you told me.
20 years.
Yeah.
They gave her 20 years.
Yeah.
Said it's illegal in the U.S. to sell organs such as hearts, kidneys, and tendons for transplant. They must be donated. But selling body parts such as heads, arms, and spines, which is what Hess did for use in research or education, is not regulated by federal law.
Now, isn't that a problem?
And this one victim said, quote, "Our sweet mother, they dismembered her. They sold her shoulders, knees, and feet for profit. We don't even have a name for this crime. It's so heinous." You think about it, what would you call that?
It's so macabre. It's almost the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Yeah, this 26 victims described their horror after discovering what had happened to their loved ones. Could you imagine?
No.
Now, I've lost an uncle and a mom in the last 2 years.
Wouldn't that be enough to make you want to firebomb a place?
I don't even know how I would react, but I will say it would be poorly.
If you found out they sold her head, shoulders, knees and toes,
How
knees and toes.
That's my mother, Jack.
R.I.P.
Same thing could have happened to yours. Let's don't get into this. We're not doing ping pong with dead people.
Well, maybe we could do knees and toes.
But what if they, here's the thing. What if they,
fair.
in the coffin, like they do a normal thing, right? There's the body, no problem. And then you find out, because it's only half covered, right? And then you find out, from the waist down, they sold her. And then you have that image in your head that entire time you're in the funeral home, and there's your beautiful, lovely mother, and you realize she was only half there. They'd sold her knees and feet. And it was just her torso there for you to see. God, that's a movie.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, a horrifying movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
That's when you make poor life choices. I just looked at her picture, too, and apparently she was in on this with her mother.
Yeah.
Family business.
See, she's 46, her 60-year-old mom, 69, rather, Shirley Koch.
Tina Shannon, whose mother was dismembered against her will, told the court, "I've worn many masks to cover the pain." In other words, she did not agree on any of this, but they took her mom's body and they sold it.
Yeah, that's...
Hess's lawyer said she's been unfairly vilified as a witch, a monster, and a ghoul.
Really?
That's the best name to call a person, right? You ghoul.
Well, what she did is ghoulish.
Man, oh, man. Man, oh, man. 20 years she's done. 46 years old, so she'll get out early though, because it's obviously going to be one of those softy prisons like that guy Crisley is going to or whatever.
I don't know.
He'll be in a jumpsuit, eating sirloin every night.
Jumpsuits are fun.
They're not. Not when they're orange and they have your name/number on them.
Yeah, they're getting ready to report. It's January 17th here in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, the Grizzlies, yeah.
Yeah, he said he's going to do a tell-all TV show or interview before he goes in. I'm like, what are you going to tell us, buddy?
With his son.
How many dudes you been with? Get out of here. How much makeup you wear? How much you lacquer your hair into place every day? Get out of here.
How much did they get? Do we know? Years?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he got 18.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
His wife got 10. He got 18 or something.
Yeah.
They were really fraudulent. They were... it was really fraudulent. It wasn't I accidentally filed the wrong thing. It was they were stealing, scamming, frauding everybody.
By comparison, the corpse seller, it doesn't seem that out of whack. If he got 18, she gets 20 because not only the desecration of the bodies
right.
and selling body parts, but it was defrauding the people who were using the services.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess 20 now seems a little more within reason.
And her mother was 70. Her mother's 70 years old, and she was sentenced to 15
she got
years.
70 years.
No, she got 15, but
yeah,
life sentence nonetheless.
It says, and the mother's role, boy, you want to talk, and this is where it gets psycho. The mother is the one who chopped up the bodies. It was the mom who did the dismembering so that they could sell the body parts.
Good God.
They used their funeral home at times to essentially steal bodies and body parts using fraudulent and forged donor forms. So even if the family said no, they would say, okay, no problem, and then forge the donor form and do it anyway. God almighty.
Yeah, the judge, Christine Arguello, described it, quote, as the most emotionally draining case I have ever experienced on the bench, end quote.
And when you see her, she looks like a waitress in Greece. Like,
She does.
She's got this big bouffant hair. And all right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Same address on another social platform at Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities still working to clear an accident that's blocking the shoulder. Heads up heading east on I-4 between Lee Road and Maitland Boulevard. Some heavy delays through here. We're still seeing a slow ride, too, heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429. It's slow, too, between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. Delays continue south on the Turnpike, too, between Mineola and State Road 50. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Twitter poll is up. It's at Jim Colbert Show on Twitter. You can vote there. We'll talk about it at the end of the program. It's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. That is Brad Siebert and the team, direct mortgage lenders. This is what they do. They're not the banks. They're better than the banks. Their sole focus is securing you the funding for your next home or refinancing the home where you currently live. WeAreNotTheBanks.com has loans for all types of buyers. Good credit, that's awesome. You get a great rate. But even bumps in your credit, WeAreNotTheBanks.com can still work with you, and they have all types of loans, VA loans, conventional loans, jumbo loans, even no income documentation loans, and which works well for some self-employed people. Check this out. I used WeAreNotTheBanks.com several years ago when I refinanced my home. Put me in a great spot today. Okay, it was fast. It was easy. I got a great rate thanks to Brad Siebert and the team at WeAreNotTheBanks.com. NMLS ID number 1169, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
The music we listen to all year long. The anthems that were our soundtrack for 2022. And the stars who made the songs we love will all be celebrated March 27th, live from Los Angeles.
Let's get it started.
Get ready for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Awards. Coming back to Fox.
Backup systems. We depend on them. Even your household budget has one. And Scott Cash Advance. Up to $500 fast with no credit check. Many locations open 24/7. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
And Scott. Anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. One jackpot is paid out every minute on the hottest slot machines and table games. With over $2 billion in jackpots paid out in the last year, you could be the next lucky winner. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa has over 800 rooms and suites, a luxurious rock spa and salon, award-winning restaurants, and an exciting comedy and concert lineup, including pool parties with world-renowned artists. With a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment options, anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we got Liz $1 million.
About a year ago, I was in a really bad accident. Nobody would help us. But when we called Mr. DeWitt and his team, they were there to help through the whole thing. I'm extremely happy with the results. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar result.
Here's an unexpected, unplanned, and unprecedented buying opportunity from International Diamond Center. A massive store-wide clearance sale now through January 15th. IDC's on a mission to clear out excess inventory. We've slashed prices on a multi-million-dollar selection of rings, earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets, and more. You save 20, 30, even 40% on selected pieces of exquisite jewelry. And because IDC doesn't play the markup to markdown game, you know these discounts are the real deal. Hoop earrings, save 33% off IDC's already low price. Diamond stud earrings marked down 28%. Fashion bracelets 30% off. Fancy yellow diamonds save an incredible 40%. Extreme values in virtually every category. If you have a special occasion coming up this year, or if you just love an unbelievable deal, you can't miss this special savings event. It's IDC's Surprise Clearance Sale with unprecedented discounts store-wide. Outrageous savings now through Sunday, January 15th only, and only at International Diamond Center. Get showroom directions, store hours, and learn more at shopidc.com.
What's good, Locos? It's Angel from the Monsters. Let me tell you about Celery City Craft. They are the official sponsor of Beer of the Week, and they are bringing to you Get Hooked on Lake Monroe Fishing Tournament and Seafood Festival this weekend in Sanford. Captain's Meeting Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. Seafood Fest Saturday, noon to 6. Go to hookedonlakemonroe.com for more info.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Everyone could use a little help with their bills, especially these days. At Duke Energy, we're offering easy ways to help keep your energy bills more manageable. With programs that allow you to pay the same amount each month or pay in installments over several months. Plus, special financial assistance from the Share the Light Fund for those facing hardships. We're Duke Energy, and we're here to help you. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Follow the Bible in a Year with Jack Graham podcast today. Begin your New Year's resolution with the Bible and see why millions have already started Bible in a Year with Jack Graham.
This podcast was created to help you solidify your faith as you experience the story of the Bible through live action recordings and emotional orchestral music.
Listen to Bible in a Year with Jack Graham on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show, already in progress.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I swear they just said this Colbert Court brought to you by Glenn Klausman. Isn't it Colbert Court? Timmy, are you James Colbert now?
Oh, is it Colbert? They say Colbert? Wrong song. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Excuse me. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show.
It's bad enough, I think we should play it.
Play it.
This Colbert Court brought to you by
get out of here with that.
Listen.
KlausmanLaw.com.
Klausman?
This is 5 seconds long, and there's 3 mispronunciations in it.
God. Yeah, it's so funny because you ship that stuff out sometimes, and which kills me considering how many people we have here that can just rip that down. Is Dan still on our thing? Is Dan still with us?
Well, Dan does it, but I'll have Dan record that. But they did that. You know, sales does that, and then we have a lot of things where they try with a corporation. They have different departments kind of share responsibilities. So that could be someone in another state that just recorded that, where actually it should have come to us, and we could have had it done properly.
Yeah. I mean, the pronunciation of the name should be
at least correct.
I mean,
shut up, Colbert.
Be one of those things that you
Court brought to you by
you better
Glenn
watch out, buddy. I'll hire Klausman to come and get you. It's funny because there was a Bill Hader, Fred Armisen bit that never made it to air, and because they crack up the entire time, and Hader plays like this Eastern European guy, and he's always in the face of the kids. What do you want from Santa Claus? It's not funny when I do it like that, but it's the same pronunciation. I'm sorry I told the story. 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here, and so is Jack. They will not bore you with horrid stories.
Oh, yeah, we will.
No, you won't.
Don't you threaten me.
Mm-mm. I had something to tell you guys when we came back, and I totally forgot what it was.
Oh, no.
Must have been a lie. My mom used to say that. Drove me nuts.
Oh,
really?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, if you forgot something, well, it must have been a lie. I'm like,
who would say that?
But it was not. No,
Can you
it wasn't.
imagine?
Oh, man, I was so mad.
And then
your Catholic mother said that?
And then years later, when she walks into a room and forgets why she walked in, did you remind her? Well, Mom, it must have been a lie.
You guys shower or bathe?
Oh, shower.
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 Do you even have a tub?
We do in our guest bathroom, but I do not like baths.
Yeah, you don't like baths. Do you like baths?
No.
Okay, it's weird. I don't like bathing baths because that water's nasty. Why would you lay there?
Yeah. Right.
But I do like soaking baths. There's nothing
those
wrong
are
with
different.
That. Those are the great.
That's
right?
relaxing.
That's a chill thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, like if I have a back issue, then I'll do it like the Epsom salt.
There
bath,
you
but
go.
that's
Oh
it.
yeah. We have a bag of that in the old bathroom.
Don't we all?
Do you think you take your shower properly?
I have a feeling you're going to challenge whoever is
I'm
there.
challenging everybody, including myself.
I think I do it. I think I've got it down very efficiently.
Same here.
Do you guys take long showers?
I do not.
I do.
I do as well. I love a long hot shower. I understand it's not super responsible to take a long hot shower. I don't do it every time, but I
Right.
do love. I mean, I make some noises in the shower when the
Oh,
water's so hot. It just feels
hey.
so good.
Don't look me in the eye.
No, I'm just saying. When the water feels good, it's very therapeutic.
It is very therapeutic. I tend to take longer showers because you have to wash, rinse, repeat. Then there's 3/4 of your body that needs to be shaved.
Right.
It takes some time.
Right. 3/4 of your body that needs to be
It
shaved.
feels that way. It feels that way.
I've got one thing, and it's a pain in my ass. I hate shaving. My uncle told me years ago, I would say, "Let me shave," because I shave with the boar's head brush and the and the soap, the old school with the safety razor and everything. And my uncle did the same thing. The uncle that's actually not feeling all that well. And I remember as a kid going, "Oh, I can't wait to shave." And he looked at me. And it's as serious as he's ever been. He goes, "You'll hate it."
Exactly. It's the same.
You will learn to hate it.
It's just like watching my mom pluck her eyebrows. I couldn't wait until I could, shape my eyebrows. And then I started doing it. I was like, why? Why did I want this? It's painful.
It hurts when I get those long scientist hairs in my eyebrows, and my wife pulls them out. And I said, every time you feel that you pull it, my eye goes back in my head a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's connected in some way. And I remember because every time I do, like when I get the pedicures or something like that, and I do stuff that my wife would normally do, and like the whole pulling my eyebrows because they're so terrible. My wife's like, I can't look at you. It looks like you have a bird's nest on your face. And I
Love
said,
you, honey.
And she pulls them out, and I'm like, you've been doing this your entire life? This sucks. Like it sucks.
What sucks more?
Here's the thing. It's not painful. It's annoying.
Well, it's annoying, but it can be painful because when you catch that thin skin and the tweezers.
Oh, man.
Because you're trying to get that one hair, and now when you go back after that hair, the skin swells up a little bit. There's nothing like tweezing your skin.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
Now I just run my beard trimmer across my eyebrows.
Great idea.
No, it's not. You know why?
Why?
They grow straight out now. So
Seriously?
So it looks like I have things on my face to keep birds from landing on it.
Hello. My name is Jim Colbert. Hello.
Is it because they're too short?
I don't know what it is. They point straight out, and then they grow straight back out. At least now they grow and like kind of feather back like it's the 80s.
Well, it's got to be longer for it to bend.
It looks like somebody painted flames
Yeah.
on my head, but it's actually just hair. Just going back to it tickles my ears sometimes.
Now I have to look. I've never looked at your eyebrows before.
I
now
know.
Now they're
I have to
fine,
look.
but sometimes they'll get out of control. And here's the thing:
Get in there, Deb.
I've got weird.
They're okay right now.
Okay, so what kind of hair? Like is your pubic hairs the same as your hair on your face and stuff, like in your eyebrows? And
You mean
whatnot?
in sense of the coarseness?
Yeah, in the color.
Well, I don't know if your curtains match the carpet,
Well, no,
babe. You can only tell us that. I don't.
Well, I have gray hair, so you can't tell it. But
Where?
No, stop.
You're not
Stop.
gray. You're not gray.
Ew.
You're gray?
No, I'm not. Will you please stop? I'm
you're
trying
gray
to
up top.
I'm trying to explain to you.
You would know if you're gray down
There's
there.
no gray there?
My gray hair on my head and my
Right.
gray hair on my chest is primarily gray. Other places on my body, not so gray, and there's a tinge of like an orangey red thing in there.
You're like a red panda,
It
dude.
is weird. It is weird. So you look at my eyebrows, and it is a multitude. It is a Crayola box up there. But the white ones get
Oh, those are wiry little
they
bastards.
get, honey,
oh yeah.
you can sew with it. I mean, it is. I can hurt you with one. If you come at me, I'm ranking one of those. I'm gonna stab at you. But so they came out with this. It was just a story I saw today, and it says, "Do you shower properly?" And I'm like, okay, well, I thought I did. I mean, it's like every day I find out something I'm doing wrong.
Well,
it says a doctor shares the
I would think you would be used to that by now.
Doctor shares the 5 body parts we aren't washing enough.
Okay.
What body parts do you think this doctor thinks that people aren't washing enough?
Hits? Soles?
Pits isn't one of them because here's the thing.
The buttocks.
Everybody,
Yes.
the bidet. Everybody understands that the pits are a smell area. So like nobody's going to take a shower and then not wash their pits because it's commonly associated with body odor.
In between their toes?
That is damn sure one of them,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
You got to get your fingers in
Listen.
between those piggies.
Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
Soapy water.
I don't do that enough.
Nasty.
I just read October last year. I read this story, and the story was about how people don't wash their feet enough because they assume you're standing in a shower with soapy water. It probably does it itself. It does not.
No, I get that foot up, bar on the top, bar on the bottom, fingers in between the toes, and then you go back underneath the underside of the foot.
Listen, man,
Jimmy.
I started washing my feet like tired people take care of my car now. Like I am around and washing and scrubbing the bottom and in between my toes.
What you explained is a reason I've heard people justify for not washing their legs.
Yes.
That's the other one.
Yeah.
People
Really?
take showers and don't wash their legs. They don't wash their legs.
Because they figured the soapy water runs down.
But that's, you know what that is? That's like people who don't completely chew their food and expect that their stomach is going to do it for them. And we've had doctors text us before at 77031 and say, yeah, but to those patients, I always tell them, your stomach doesn't have teeth. You know, there are certain things your body's supposed to do and not do. Soapy water running over your limbs does nothing. It's not going to get rid of the dirt. Behind your knees, that little crevice there behind your knees.
Yeah, your knee pit.
Yes. Up in them thighs.
And you guys have a thing. You use the same pattern every time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I got a system.
Start at the top, end at the bottom.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
So I left arm first.
As the very first thing?
Is my left arm because I'm right-handed. Whoa. Then I take you guys a loofah or a wash rag?
I do neither. Bar soap.
Just the bar soap. I did that for years, and I didn't feel it was exfoliating me enough, so I stopped doing it and I started using a loofah.
I don't like the loofah because bacteria gets trapped in there. The loofah is scratchy enough that it can actually cause microabrasions on your skin and then allow that bacteria to go in there.
Don't have them long enough. Usually we swatch them out pretty quick or swip them out. We swap them out pretty frequently. Stop it. Don't you do it.
Yes,
Man,
and he just marked
here
that
in Central Florida.
Mark that
It's the worst. Okay, where else? We have legs.
So,
we have legs in between the toes.
The scrunchy thing, is that a loofah or is it the thing that looks like it was an old dinosaur bone?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
well,
no. That's an exfoliating kind of scrub or something, isn't it?
Well, that's a scrunchie.
So a scrunchie,
like a bath scrunchie.
No, a scrunchie is for your hair if you're a girl. It looks like a loofah, but it's not.
But the loofah is the fibrous thing.
Yeah.
That's a real loofah.
The ball thing.
No,
that's
you guys
not.
are talking. That's what I'm asking.
That's like the nylon.
No, that's a loofah.
I think it's called a loofah, but it's not a real loofah. Loofah is that fibrous material that's really scratchy.
There's not a real loofah.
Well, I mean, it's called...
You fake loofah, man. Fake loofah.
Watch your butt crack.
Loofah.
You use
because,
a scrunchie?
Yeah. Well, but
a scrunchie is a hair thing. Please, let's use the right terminology.
It's not a loofah. Okay, you
It is
guys
a loofah.
argue while I look up
a
loofah and the other
plastic
thing.
sponge.
There you go.
The mid part of your back, Jim, is
No,
another thing that cannot be washed without.
That's not it.
You know what I'll bet the
because
other one is?
You can't reach.
Yeah, I've got a technique. For
And
that.
I'm trying to remember to do this more often, but really behind your ears.
That's the other one.
Really behind your ears.
Guy says
That
he's
nails it.
listen. Guy says he's a piercer.
Oh.
And he goes, you would not believe how many people sit down in my chair and I go to pierce their ears. And this is women as well.
Right.
And it is a complete farm back there.
Because when you
it is
wash your face.
it's a mess.
Because if you've ever done that, you wash your face, right? So you do your exfoliator, you wash your face, and then sometimes I'll try to remember to get the exfoliator behind my ears. But then, you're washing your hair. And if you ever go back behind your ears, you're like, oh, hell,
you could
something
put
back here ain't getting...
something grainy.
I'm going to have to get some soap back here.
So when I used to just wash my body with soap, because I used to use bar soap, Dial soap, which was the best bacterial soap. All the schools would tell you if you're a wrestler or whatever, use that Dial soap because it had that bacterial killer, right? And because I have a hairy chest, the first thing I would do is I'd whip up a lather in my chest hair and use that to wash the rest of my body. Well, I started using a loofah. And I do left arm, right arm, and then the rest of my body, getting certain areas really well, and then my feet, and then I save my head is the last thing I wash because I want to wash the soap from my head down over my body.
Yeah, but now you just use the hands that you've been scrubbing in your crack to wash your face.
But
So I'm going to stick with mine top to the bottom.
I didn't say the word crack.
I did.
You get it right. There's one more.
Okay. Let's see.
And this one actually kind of makes sense, and I have to tell you, and look, here we share here,
It's a
right?
mesh loofah, by the way. It's a loofah sponge.
Okay, but it's a loofah. Yeah,
A mesh. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Mesh loofah.
It's a mesh one. It's
We
not
pro-
a natural loofah.
I probably share way too much on the show about my
no.
personal life.
Is it the undercarriage?
It isn't the undercarriage. Again, those are obvious. Like those are things that okay, smell comes from here, and smell comes from here. So usually most people are going to wash under their bits, and they're going to wash the backside, and they're going to wash their pits, right? That's what most people are going to do. There's another place that nobody washes, and I am dead guilty of this one, and I have to tell you, I used to be. I'm not anymore because the evidence told me I need to pay attention to it.
Back of your neck.
No.
Ears. No.
We did ears.
What could catch something on your body and keep it for a little bit?
Your belly button.
Your belly button is the answer.
But that's where you go in with a Q-tip, and you got to be careful because it hurts in there.
Where does it hurt you? I'm gonna ask a quick question here because this has been a running joke with my wife and I.
No, it hurts when you poke in your belly button.
Where do you feel that?
Where do you feel the pain when you poke in your belly button? Now, real quick before you answer, is there a specific place you feel it? Yeah, where do you feel it?
You know what's interesting is it kind of like that whole
How does that
reflexology where it hurts like at the base of your spine.
Not mine.
Where does it hurt? Oh,
Does it rhyme with
your
ain't?
pee-pee?
Yeah, right there for some reason it does.
Where? The anus? Or the pee-pee? The pee-pee?
The ain't?
Oh, the anus.
Yeah. Oh.
When you push hard on my belly button, I feel it there for some reason. Do you feel that, Jack? Like if you push hard on your belly button, do you feel it in your
No. And it's surprising considering how far away your belly button is from that side of your body.
How deep are you digging, dude? How deep
there.
are you? Like 4 knuckles in? What are you doing?
Push there.
But it does hurt, though, doesn't
It's
it?
got a weird feeling. My wife will poke me in my belly button. I'm going to say, stop
Ow.
it. Says, stop it. And she laughs. Oh, my gosh, she laughs like a child seeing, like just playing peekaboo. She can't, it literally can't catch her breath. She thinks it's so funny.
Oh, you're not playing peekaboo with it.
But I remember I was sitting in my chair. This is probably about, I don't know, it's a couple years ago. We just moved out to the house in the country. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
oh, you're trying to live that country life by digging in your belly button and giving it a sniff with a moon pie and a Pepsi with peanuts in the bottom.
So I'm exploring, just because I got nothing to do and I'm on TikTok. I was like, what do you do when you're on TikTok? Left-handed. Well, right-handed, you go digging. Right? Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
That's the beauty. You just need a thumb to swipe.
Yeah, that's it. Left thumb working, right thumb working too. And I dig in there, and
you don't use your car keys for that.
Huh? I didn't think about that one too much, and then I scratched my nose.
Oh boy!
Oh!
And I was like, "What's that?"
Oh God!
That's funny. I don't remember picking up turds for an hour. Oh man, it was not good. It was not good. And it wasn't like it wasn't awful. It was just musty.
How's that dinner, kids?
It was musty and a bit gelatinous.
Oh my gosh, you guys, look.
It did not elicit that type of response, Jack. Let's just say
this is massive.
Well, you do like a good stinky cheese.
My belly button has never been cleaner than that evening. Never. I boiled it out with alcohol, peroxide. I told myself, I looked in the mirror and I said, we'll never speak of this again. Never.
Until we find the right break on the air.
Texter raises a really good question. How many people listening do you think just poke their belly button?
Oh, yeah.
There's
There's people in traffic right now sniffing. Right now.
Someone just looked over and saw someone go, and they're like, your belly button,
everybody
right?
look in traffic right now. Oh, there's somebody snorting, and you know it.
Getting that stinky cheese smell.
Well, they're going to know. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us
Twitter poll.
77031.
Did you just poke your belly button?
All right, load them up. Trivia's next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Doctors in Cincinnati say Bill safety DeMar Hamlin's awake and responsive just 3 days after suffering cardiac arrest during Monday Night Football. The Magic will try to stay in the win column tonight when they close their homestand against Memphis. Orlando got 25 from Paolo Banchero to beat the Thunder last night. And on the hardwood tonight, it's Stetson hosting Jacksonville in an ASUN showdown. The Hatters shooting for their third straight win. I'm Scott Davidson.
This family takes turns turning heads, brains, beauty, and athleticism. All they need now is for you to drive them off the lot. The Mercedes-Benz family of SUVs, a family of unrivaled vehicles waiting at your local dealer. Learn more at MBUSA.com. That's MBUSA.com.
Hey guys, Jim here for my friends over at Solar Bear. Did you know that last year, right here in Orlando, 3 different utility rate increases? That's right, and they're meeting regarding another rate increase. You can stop going along with those rate increases because now is the time to go solar with Solar Bear, the #1 solar installer in the state of Florida. These guys can help eliminate your power bill in 2023. Solar Bear, also the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state, locally owned and operated. That means no subcontractors, which is a good thing. Just visit solarbear.com today for your free estimate, and you can get 0 down, 0% interest, no payments for 12 months with credit approval. Say goodbye to your electric bill, but say hi to Solar Bear. solarbear.com.
Is it getting harder to find new customers? After all, it's one thing to run a business and another to grow it. But what if you had access to everyone listening to me right now? Access to all the customers in your area. As the #1 audio company in America, iHeartMedia gives you access to all the customers you need to grow at a fraction of the cost of digital, video, and social advertising. Get started today. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
At Esporta Fitness, take advantage of premium fitness amenities with a free 3-day pass. Sign up today at startesportafitness.com. Get more workout for less with features like state-of-the-art strength and cardio equipment, free weights, a functional training area, and so much more. It's time to start fresh for less with our $0 enrollment fee. From battle ropes to box jumps, tire flips to treadmills, cardio to kettlebells, we have everything you need for a low monthly cost. Esporta Fitness has your back, no matter what your fitness motivation is, with a premium gym experience for a not-so-premium price. This is your chance to try it all and make the most of a quality gym experience at a low monthly cost. Get started today at startesportafitness.com and grab your free 3-day pass at startesportafitness.com. That's startesportafitness.com. Subject to annual fees. Must pay first and last month's dues of $29.99 to join. Terms and conditions apply. Amenities and facilities may vary.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Checkers $5 meal deal is for people who know what it's like to stretch. Every dollar. Ooh, before you pull a hammy, get to Checkers and feast on our $5 meal deal. Fill up on a fully dressed checker burger or fried lover's burger, plus 8-piece white meat chicken bites, Checkers oh-so-famous seasoned fries, and a 16-ounce drink. Oh, mama, that's a lot for just $5. The Checkers $5 meal deal. Woo, no stretch required.
All the radio stations you love, every playlist to match your mood, the podcasts that everyone's talking about. If it's on the iHeartRadio app, it's free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Orlando area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Office in Orlando. Online at CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
You've heard the phrase, too good to be true. We know that thousands of people just like you get that feeling when they receive an offer online to purchase their vehicle, only to find out it was too good to be true. But when you receive an offer to purchase your vehicle from AutoBuy, you always get the max, never a bait and switch, and you get paid on the spot. That's why we are Google's #1 rated car buying company in the nation. We make it fast and easy to sell your car, truck, SUV, or boat. If it has wheels, we'll buy it. Don't get misleading offers. Go to WePayTheMax.com. That's WePayTheMax.com.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
The money's good and the bids are high. Speedy, fast, the check is on Bank of America, and it's real. Give me the VIN.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. Give me the VIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
I remember when I was like 16 years old, I shaved for the first time. Not that I needed to, but I wanted to grow facial hair. And my dad caught wind of it, and he was like, "You're such a dumbass. You're totally going to regret that." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." And then years later, I remember being like, "Yeah, I totally regretted that." Now I'm like 43, and I'm like Chewbacca. So now maybe I should have listened.
That's
Anyway.
great. This song was single-handedly responsible for getting me into alternative music.
Dig it.
Like 83, 84, 5, 6, something like that. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Thanks so much for tuning in today on this oddly gloomy Thursday. Heads up, though, the weekend is going to be beautiful, and the weather next week is going to be absolutely gorgeous.
And I think LSD is the thing that got me into alternative music.
I want to know 80s, Jack. Yeah, cold front tomorrow, high only like 65. So remember that dressing yourself and the kids, getting ready for school and work.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And so is Jack. And speaking of Jack, he's got the old sauce jar.
Let's do it. All right, boys and girls. All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Slow it down, yo.
In the sauce jar, today we have a pair of tickets to Hard Rock Live presents Classic Albums Live. This is Fleetwood Mac Rumors happening Friday, January 20th, a fun night out. Classically trained musicians performing Fleetwood Mac's iconic Rumors album. Got to be one of the 10 best albums of all time.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, live, note for note, cut for cut. Get tickets and info at hardrockliveorlando.com or by calling the Hard Rock Live box office at 407-351-LIVE. Over to you, Deb.
And the Sauce Jar is always brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. You know, their fully trained expert moving crews can handle packing your things, handling your furniture, safe driving, customer service, and so much more. Speaking of more, make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show because that will get you a discount.
Will it?
Book them today at centomoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O moving.com. Clickety-clack, slow that back to you.
Thank you, Deborah. Jackson, who goes first today?
That would be Mark.
Don't tell me what to do.
Every day. Every day.
Mark, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hello, Puzzle Master. I'm wonderful.
Oh, way to suck up, Mark.
Puzzle Master. Would you like to play a little game with us, Mark?
Yeah,
let's do it. Indeed, buddy.
Game show.
Mark, it seems like you already know the deal, but I'll go over the spiel anyway. It's the only way I can get my bonus. This is a fun game we have here for you. 1 question, 4 answers. One of those answers is untrue. It's a lie. If you can find it, if you can sniff it out. It's got some belly button cheese on there. Maybe a little easier.
Oh.
You'll go to the prize hoopty thing, whatever we do here.
Sauce Jar, dude.
That's it. Are you ready?
Prize thingy, gooey closet. Who cares?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I was busy with my belly button.
Oh, how old are you, by the way?
I am 34.
Oh, this may be a little interesting. Here we go. On this day in 1993, Price is Right model Janice Pennington sues CBS for being hit with a camera during filming, causing her multiple surgeries, scarring, and a deviated shoulder.
Oh, my God.
Here are 3 fun facts about The Price is Right and 1 lie that you just overbid on. Number 1. The show became more popular when Bob Barker's hair turned gray. Number 2. Only 1 contestant in the history of the game has guessed the exact amount on the Showcase Showdown. Number 3, The Price is Right is translated into 25 different languages for the world market. Or lastly, the show once awarded a treadmill to a woman in a wheelchair that had no feet. Which one of those is a lie?
I'm going to go with the second one.
No, that's absolutely true. Only 1 person in history has ever guessed the Showcase Showdown to the penny.
Really?
It's been on since 72.
I know. That's insane.
Who goes next, buddy?
Oh, that would be Miguel.
Miguel right there at the bottom. Miguel, how are you?
Hi, Miguel Buzzer Larson here. How are you?
Very good. All right, Mike. Tell me which one of these is a lie. Number 1. We're talking about The Price is Right, by the way. The show became more popular when Bob Barker's hair turned gray. Number 2, The Price is Right is translated into 25 different languages for the world market. Or lastly, the show once awarded a treadmill to a woman in a wheelchair that had no feet.
I'm going with the 25 languages, and I'm still mad that I lost the saucies.
But you won this one. There you go.
Yay!
Miguel Larson.
You're a winner, Miguel. Good
Tell
luck.
your brother Mike we said hi.
There you go. He's on hold, and he will be taken good care of. Yeah, that's true. Actually, how many do you think it is?
34.
No, it actually used to be about 37, but now it's only about 6.
It's only about Drew Carey hate.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. There was a list. Australia used to carry it. Everybody used to carry it, but now only about 6 countries actually air the show as we know it now.
You know
which is
why?
Weird.
It's the whole Alex Trebek thing. It's just not the same.
It's not the same.
I'd love to hear it translated into Australian.
Hello. No, that's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate. That's what you got to say.
Good day, mate.
Down under. Anyway, the show did once award a treadmill to a woman who in a wheelchair who had no feet. And she actually said it to him. She goes, I'm in a wheelchair and I got no feet.
But thanks.
A few other things here you may not know about The Price is Right before we get to the top of the hour. Have your new keyword. Ross out today, so no Ross thoughts. The show became more popular when his hair turned gray. That is true. 100% true.
Wow.
There's only been one $1 million winner. A California teacher won $1.15 million during $1 Million Week.
Well, that's good. At least it was a teacher.
Exactly. And the teacher at the time was making $11 an hour.
Wow.
The show has had the show has 3 giant warehouses for the prizes and their own parking lot for all the new cars.
just for the new cars.
Jack, you remember when we were in LA, when we went to do the tour of the Paramount studios and their prop department?
Yes.
So imagine those giant furniture warehouses you see. It was 2 of those, and they were 30-foot ceilings, and everywhere you looked, like you would go into a section of this warehouse that would be bigger than this building we're in, and it would be all couches. And then you'd go to another area, it would be all like lamps. And another area, it would just be chairs. And it would just be different eras of chairs, 70s, 80s, Victorian, 90s, older. And when you're making a movie, you'd go in there and you basically design your movie sets in those warehouses.
That would
and
be
they
so
are
cool.
cavernous. They have 2 of those plus a parking lot full of new cars. There were a number of celebrities that wanted to host the job that eventually went to Drew Carey, Rosie O'Donnell, Mario Lopez, and John O'Hurley, just to name a few. The guy from Seinfeld?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the dog show.
It's the longest-running game show in American television history. It's been on the air since 1972. It did take a little break from 72 to 76 or something. There was a little break or something.
During the war?
Yeah, I don't know. Not the
Oh,
war.
wow.
No, not the 70s. Korea, no.
Damn it.
Sometimes it takes months for the contestants to get their prizes. Why do you think it takes so long for some of the contestants to get their stuff?
Would it be tax laws?
No, they do have to pay taxes, sometimes a lot, and it's in California.
Is it those damn California emissions?
No. Because the producers wanted their show to air before they got their stuff, so that in their hometown, it would seem more
immediate, real.
If they got their stuff beforehand, they would already know the answer to what happens. And when they watch the show, it would be more of a,
Okay.
And then lastly here, the game Plinko?
Yes.
So in the history of the game, they've only made 14 Plinko chips in the history of that game being on the show. One of them is in the CBS Television City time capsule, sealed into concrete as a reminder of the game Price is Right. Pretty cool, though, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool stuff about that game. Been on the air a long time. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your next keyword happens in 5 minutes. When you hear it, make sure you go to realradio.fm and send it away for your shot at $1,000. Back in a sec.
Come on. Heart our stuff. At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities still working to clear an accident that's blocking the shoulder eastbound on I-4 between Lee Road and Maitland Boulevard. Expect a slow ride through this area. We're slow too between US 192 and Central Florida Parkway. Westbound solid between 417 and 429, as well as southbound on the Turnpike between Mineola and State Road 50. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
If you're struggling to lose weight, here's good news. It's called RM3 for Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 is a natural hormone that burns fat from your belly, hips, and thighs, helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. It's safe for men and women, and it's not a stimulant, so you won't feel nervous or jittery. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Experience our world-class, medically supervised weight loss programs from the comfort of your home or office. Your online consultation is safe, secure, and we ship our patented medication direct to your door. It couldn't be easier to lose weight quickly, safely, and effectively. Come see why over 500,000 people have trusted Red Mountain to help them lose weight. Schedule your appointment by dialing pound 250 from your cell phone right now and using the keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. That's pound 250 keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. Lose 20 pounds by this time next month with RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss.
A According to Moody's research from July 2021, the cumulative bond default rate for rated investment-grade municipal bonds was 0.10% from 1970 to 2020. Municipal bonds don't usually get the media coverage the stock market does, but if you're looking for a potential source of federally tax-free income, now is an excellent time to consider municipal bonds from Hanyon & Walsh. If you have at least $10,000 to invest, call and talk with one of our bond specialists at 1-800-761-9761. We'll send you our exclusive bond guide free with details about how bonds may be an important part of your portfolio. Hanyon & Walsh has specialized in fixed income and growth solutions for 30 years and offers high-quality municipal bonds from across the country that are federally tax-free and have historically been low risk. Call today to request your free bond guide. 1-800-761-9761. That's 1-800-761-9761. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Here's an unexpected, unplanned, and unprecedented buying opportunity from International Diamond Center. A massive store-wide clearance sale now through January 15th. IDC's on a mission to clear out excess inventory. We've slashed prices on a multi-million-dollar selection of rings, earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets, and more. You save 20, 30, even 40% on selected pieces of exquisite jewelry. And because IDC doesn't play the markup to markdown game, you know these discounts are the real deal. Hoop earrings, save 33% off IDC's already low price. Diamond stud earrings, marked down 28%. Fashion bracelets, 30% off. Fancy yellow diamonds, save an incredible 40%. Extreme values in virtually every category. If you have a special occasion coming up this year, or if you just love an unbelievable deal, you can't miss this special savings event. It's IDC's surprise clearance sale with unprecedented discounts store-wide. Outrageous savings now through Sunday, January 15th only, and only at International Diamond Center. Get showroom directions, store hours, and learn more at shopidc.com.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The Where Were You in 92 podcast brings you back to the year of big butt anthems, achy breaky hearts, and grunge. Take an audio trip back in time to relive the wildest, most eclectic, and controversial 12 months in music through interviews with critics, industry bigwigs, and the artists themselves.
Take me back to a magical time when music was magic, and I had completely burned that to the ground.
Listen to Where Were You in 92 on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. M-O-N-E-Y, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Yeah, I tell you what stinks. I get these bumps behind my ears, these cysts. You squeeze those, get a little bit of that white stuff on your finger. You can smell that from about 2 or 3 feet away. You don't even need to put it near your face. But anyways, thanks for the topic, guys. Welcome back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, dude.
Yeah, man. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 6 o'clock keyword is money. M-O-N-E-Y. Go to realradio.fm and send it away, and maybe you can get some of our money.
We haven't had a winner yet.
We have not.
Be great to have one on the Jim Colbert show.
It's, third day back on the air, no winner. I feel slighted.
Yeah, you should. You suck.
All my fault. I'll take the blame for it. That's fine. 407-916-1041. Kevin McCarthy again fails yet again to...
yeah, this is round number 10.
I'm torn. I don't know if I'm rooting for him or not.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know.
My favorite thing is after he loses the shots of the house where he's walking around basically trying to pitch himself.
Hey.
And he hasn't...
You'll be my friend, won't you?
He hasn't gotten more than 200 votes. There's 20, these hardcore, guys, the Boberts and the Gateses holding out. They're not going to vote for him.
Nope.
So I don't know what's going to happen. Either they're going to have to nominate someone else. Kevin McCarthy has, by all means, said that he is not going to step down. He's going to stay there until he gets it. He's going to be the Speaker of the House. It's what he wants. He's there for it. He's digging in. And now other Republicans are starting to question whether or not, he really wants it for the right reasons.
Well, obviously he doesn't.
To legislate, to do what he's supposed to do.
To do the people's business. And it's obvious this is so much of a power trip that when you have the 20 saying, well, we can't trust you. Earlier we were talking off mic about, wouldn't this be like the perfect opportunity for the Democrats to lean across the aisle and say, listen, you need these last however many votes. Let's come up with a consensus. Let's figure out a deal. But Jimmy, you pointed out that, that scenario was floated earlier around today, and the idea is that if they do that, then they end up losing moderate Republicans.
Yeah, they have the 200 votes now for him. If he starts making deals with Democrats, specifically some deals with some Democrats, he's going to wind up losing more of that 200. And, of course, the 20 are already against him. It doesn't matter what he does. They're not going to vote for him. So whatever deal he makes, he's going to have to pull, it looks, 18 Democrats. And that's never going to happen.
Ha! I just know there's 3 human beings on the planet, and they are named Gates, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Boebert. If they're on one side, I am definitely on the other.
Absolutely.
That's exactly how I would look at it, too. I mean, you can throw a number of other people in there as well. Paul Gosar, Mike Lee, all those guys.
Jim Jordan,
the worst.
Elise Stefanik.
So all those...
Gosar.
Those people are making it very tough. So they do not want to see Kevin McCarthy as the Speaker of the House. And it looks like, as of right now, after the 10th vote, they're going to be getting their wishes. It's the longest race in 160 plus years. Because one time this went to 133 votes.
Exactly.
Which would have been, I guess, pre-Civil War there.
And, like we talked about earlier, for those wondering, well, why do they just keep, just do something else?
They have to. They don't have a choice.
They can't do anything else until the speaker has been chosen. There is no other business that Congress can attend to.
Yeah, the government's at a deadlock. Well, it's, Congress is at a deadlock.
Not that that's anything new.
Yeah, right. All right, 407-916-1041. I saw something interesting online on Facebook this morning. I wanted to ask you guys if you thought it would, if it would affect you. Actually, it was on Reddit. And it was a question posted by someone who got invited to a party, and they turned it down. And the reason why was kind of unique. The reason the person didn't go to the party is because everybody at the party was either a doctor, an attorney, or a CEO type. When you're, a high earner,
right,
and highly educated. They didn't go to the party because they felt that they would have been out of place and would not have been able to make a conversation that would have been intriguing, and they were intimidated by the room. Would that have an effect on you guys? Would you ever not go to a party because you felt that you weren't in the right room, like that the room was too smart for you?
No,
I mean, I come in here every day.
No. Yeah, because there's a certain amount of, cockiness about not knowing, not being affected by it. I think what we do has allowed us to have conversations where you feel comfortable enough in these situations.
Right.
I have been in many places where I have either felt uncomfortable. I wouldn't avoid going, but it's just like, oh, look at this place.
Right, yeah.
But I have also been around people who have been anxious because of it, wanted to leave because of it.
Oh, yeah.
Act in a way that you wouldn't, normally act. And it's like, I've with several different people, I've witnessed this in certain situations just based on that mood of the room and the perception. And it's not that anyone's doing anything wrong. It's just that perception of class and where you fit in and that self-confidence.
It's the dining room scene on the Titanic.
I've never seen Titanic.
Watch Nightmare Before Christmas before you.
Yeah, that's a good 3 hours
to
for
watch
yeah.
Titanic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not missing much. It sinks in the end.
Yeah. Is there anybody get chased or anything or?
Oh yeah, gunfire, chase scenes.
I'll watch it tonight.
Jack gets chased to the bottom of the ocean.
Is Matt Damon in it?
Door was big enough.
Sweaty handprints and.
Do they have to take a pill to have special powers in the movie?
No.
Oh God.
But have you ever felt that way in a room? I would like to think that I would see it as an opportunity to learn something, and really in the end, it's like,
yeah,
it's so nice you have your ego to cuddle with.
Well, right. I will tell you, Jack hit it on the nail for me. So this did actually happen to me a few years back. I was invited to a gig. Now, the interesting thing about this is I dreaded going, but it was kind of a corporate thing for me, so I had to go, right? So it was one of those things where I wasn't being paid to be there. I was just going there for the presence. I had to be there, right? So with that said, the room was not full of, but it had some people in there that had done quite well for themselves, and they were obviously very well educated and very learned in their departments and things like that. And I was like, Jesus, this is going to suck. I'm going to have to go in here and hear these guys give themselves reach-arounds the entire night. Because that, as a rule, when I encounter people like that, a lot of them do have that gene where they feel like they need to be constantly telling you about what they've done.
The titans of industry.
And what they're doing. And I just had no interest in hearing people's stories. And look, I would wish them well. I don't want anybody to not succeed. I just don't want to hear about it, right? And the reason why I wouldn't be this person now is because I realize when you go in those rooms, they can't wait to talk to somebody like me. Like they can't wait to dub it down and have themselves a good time and just have a regular conversation about regular stuff. If you're constantly crunching numbers or talking about things with medicine or advances and you're working at level 8 and up 90% of your life, the last thing you want to do is go to a cocktail party and have to talk about business administration or interest rates or what's going on in politics. Nobody wants to talk about that. They just want to have fun and have a good time. So that actually that destroyed the perception of that higher class, upper level kind of thing for me, because the party I went to actually wound up being a great time.
So when you're in that situation, specifically you with this job, and they want to ask you about your work.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, so that doesn't bother me because I know it's novel to most people. Like when when I play golf and you initially, it's about hole 11. It's funny, you just wind up, if you're playing with people you don't know, after you get to know them, you just ask, yeah, what do you do? What do you do? And I never ask the question because I never want it asked back, because then you have to go into the spiel and then everybody changes the minute you tell them what you do. It's a different thing.
Oh, you're not going to talk about me, are you?
Exactly. They want to ask you questions and stuff, and I don't mind answering them. It is a novel job, and it's very interesting. So I get the whole thing. It's just that I'm playing golf. I'm out here to get away from here.
Which is why you can understand at a cocktail party, the doctors, the lawyers, the judges, they don't want to talk shop any more than we want to talk shop at a party. You want to let your hair down.
Now that's different.
Easy. I got that. Come on, man. I'm right here.
He's bald.
I'm
he can't
bald.
let his hair down, Deb.
And I've got no feet.
Well, we're not trying to give you a treadmill. However, I do not mind talking work stuff in that small talk environment, because that's the easiest thing for me to talk about.
I guess.
And I know, and people have a genuine curiosity, and I have no problem talking about it, but just because it's easy.
Well, I mean, in the sense that when you're speaking to other people who aren't in the industry and you get to share what it's like or answer their questions, absolutely. But it's like, it's a good reminder when you're walking into these hoity-toity parties with these CEOs and whatever that they're probably relegated to talking nothing but shop. So when you get to walk in with a novel job or whatever, you give them a break to not have to. Like, I like talking about the industry with people who aren't in the industry, but if you're in it, I don't want to talk about spot loads
and all that stuff. No.
Like who does your production.
I've had the opportunity to hang out with some people that have done some cool stuff in their life.
Yeah.
I hung out one night with, let's say, a pretty famous drummer in a really famous rock band. Like the entire night hanging out, having a good time. And I constantly had to remind myself, don't ask him about the business. Don't even make a conversation about the music business or anything. And we're talking a drummer in, at one point, the biggest band in the world. No joke. This guy was, and it was just, he was just a really cool dude, like to have a good time. But I had to kind of fight not to ask, because I wanted to go in there and go, hey man, I got a lot of stuff to ask you. You've toured with some cool people.
Did you kill John Bonham?
No, I had to just fight it off. But the funny thing is I knew the guitar player in that same band, and I'd only met him a couple times. We were at a party, and I only met him a couple times. And we were going to the bathroom at the same time, and I asked him about the new record, and just as I did that, his wife walked up, and his wife hates it. Like, I can't say hates fans, but hates it when she's at a gig where you're supposed to be insulated from that kind of thing, and then you got my goofy ass.
Right.
Hey, man, how was your tour? And he was really sweet. He's the nicest guy ever, but his girl was like, oh, are we talking about this again?
Oh, no.
I was like, nah, freak. No, we're not. You're
good.
fine. We'll just take him off. We're good. I was just asking a simple question, trying to make some small talk. I almost said that word. I blanked up. Everything's fine.
I get it.
Everything's fine. I'm not going to ask him for anything. I don't want a tattoo. But I think intellectuals scare the hell out of me more than anything, though.
Oh, well. I've always wanted to be a part of Mensa.
Yeah, and it's based on that insecurity we have, and it's a group of people that you believe have to be at least academically smarter than you. And so you're not going to be able to keep up, follow, or not. You don't want to sound dumb.
Look, you just have a conversation with Scott Maxwell. You better not tiptoe into politics.
Yeah.
My man, that's his fiber. I mean, he knows that stuff not just knows it. He knows the people. He knows the person who was there before the person we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He knows it all. So when you have conversations with Scott about politics, you just kind of listen a lot.
Yeah.
You can give opinion and stuff about how you feel. And we just talked about this the other day, the drag queen thing. We were talking about that at my house before he called in yesterday, and we were talking about it. He was interested in my opinion of that. But man, he just knows that stuff. So it's just kind of intimidating sometimes. You don't want to look like a stooge in front of him,
Yeah. Well, he does the research for his work, but he also has a good memory. So
right, yeah.
You remember the names.
And all he does is work.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. All he does is work. I could wake up this morning at 4:30 and text Scott Maxwell, and he will immediately respond. And he works immediately. He's up. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Do you guys know what CES is?
I do, and I've wanted to go.
So, do you know what CES is?
Next year?
The Consumer Electronics Show is one of the biggest, most anticipated things in America, and it's only gotten bigger. Obviously, as tech starts to advance at alarming rates and gadgets start coming, they start showing them off. This show is the SEMA for electronics. It's the car show of all car shows for gadgets.
It's in Vegas. It's first week of January every year.
Every year, and I'm dying to go, by the way. I would easily go out there. Let's do it. I'm serious.
We'll go to a Raiders game, and we'll go to CES.
Done and done.
Yeah.
So I've got the list of the new gadgets coming out in 2023 that were featured at CES. Let's see if we can use any of these things. We'll do that next.
What happens when we're off the air? At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Lower bumper to bumper now, heading west on I-4 between 417 all the way to 429. It's also slow between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway. Eastbound, a stop-and-go ride 2 on the interstate between US 192 and Central Florida Parkway. There's a crash on Central Florida Parkway, heads up right at OBT. The 408 and the beach line up to speed. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members, bring your community the fastest, most reliable fiber internet while saving up to 50% with Blue Stream Fiber. Your community gains a partner, not just another provider. Start the partnership at bluestreamfiber.com/radio today.
Happy New Year from the guys over at Tools Ace Hardware. And if you didn't get a grill for Christmas, it's not too late. A new year and a perfect time for a new grill. Tools Ace Hardware has you covered. They carry all the best brands out there in grills. Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber. They also now carry Napoleon grills, the pro stuff, and Uni pizza ovens as well. Just visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. That way you can get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
Don't get fooled by fake online offers that change immediately once you get there. AutoBuy guarantees you the max every time. In 20 minutes or less, you will have a no-hassle offer to buy your vehicle and get paid on the spot. That's why we are Google's #1 rated car buying company in the nation. We make it fast and easy to sell your car, truck, SUV, or boat. If it has wheels, we'll buy it. Steer clear of fake offers. Go to WePayTheMax.com. That's WePayTheMax.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Only the free iHeartRadio app gives you access to everything you love, from the stations that keep you company, the music that keeps you singing along, to the podcasts that keep you entertained. Not to mention chances to win cash and once-in-a-lifetime artist experiences only on the app. And it's always 100% free. Only iHeartRadio gives you access to the music, radio, and podcasts you love. Download it for free in the App Store.
What's good, Locos? It's Angel from the Monsters. Let me tell you about Celery City Craft. They are the official sponsor of Beer of the Week, and they are bringing to you Get Hooked on Lake Monroe Fishing Tournament and Seafood Festival this weekend in Sanford. Captain's Meeting Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. Seafood Fest Saturday, noon to 6. Go to hookedonlakemonroe.com for more info.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie, and it's one of over 100,000 online testimonials praising Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I've talked about flushing out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. How Navage's powered suction can help you breathe better, and how your nose is the body's air filter, and Navage will clean it out. But don't take my word for it. What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down. Snorefest be gone, unquote. Navage is the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million customers to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Is it getting harder to find new customers? After all, it's one thing to run a business and another to grow it, especially these days. But what if you had access to everyone listening to me right now? Access to all the customers in your area. As the #1 audio company in America, iHeartMedia gives you access to all the customers you need to grow at a fraction of the cost of digital, video, and social advertising, with experts ready to craft your message fast. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Science proves quality sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both effortlessly comfortable. And it's temperature balancing, so you stay cool. So you're at your best for yourself and those you care about most. Life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number. The Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 smart bed is only $899. Save $200 plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Only the free iHeartRadio app gives you access to everything you love. From the stations that keep you company, the music that keeps you singing along, to the podcasts that keep you entertained. Not to mention chances to win cash and once-in-a-lifetime artist experiences only on the app. And it's always 100% free. Only iHeartRadio gives you access to the music, radio, and podcasts you love. Download it for free in the App Store.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
My belly button doesn't smell. Does that mean I have COVID?
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, broadcasting from beautiful Maitland, Florida.
It's gorgeous.
Big show coming up tomorrow, Primetime Kitchen with Amy Drew Thompson. We have Rich Tips. We have Embers Only, the first of those for a year. And the Embers Only this week is a damn good one. You know,
You always say that about Corona Cigar Company.
We
every time.
Pay client. We didn't feature this for Christmas this year, but we do have a Real Radio 104.1 Jim Colbert Show package coming up tomorrow that'll allow you to get into the cigar lifestyle a little easier. I'll tell you all about it then for sure. And then 2 weeks of content from Amy Drew. My God, there's so many restaurants and stuff to talk about. Jesus.
So is it like the after Christmas sale for the cigar package?
I know it's weird. It's weird, but I'm glad they're doing it because it's really cool. Humidor, a bunch of cigars, lighter, ashtray. It's the whole thing, and the price is damn right, like real right. I did want to ask you guys something. I totally forgot what it was, though. Hold on.
That's a second.
No. A guy said that he pushed his belly button and he felt it in the same place I felt it.
That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's a thing, and I don't think Jack's doing it right. Come here, Jack.
No.
I'll use my tongue.
No. Oh. All right.
He does like that.
I'll be right in.
Jack, back to Wayne.
Okay.
Right,
I'm going to go control the board. You guys do your thing.
Someone said it might have to do with a hernia.
What? Well, someone said that they pushed theirs in to push their hernia in.
Well, a hernia is just where your intestine breaks through the muscle wall of your stomach from a tear or something, right?
Yeah.
So you can push that back in, but you can be very careful with the hernias.
So if you're pushing in your belly button, that's moving something around where you feel it on the backside.
No, I feel it in the tip.
Oh, a lot of guys texted and said that they felt the same thing. They felt it there.
The tip, yeah. That's exactly where I feel it.
Jack, if not now, he is going to spend his entire ride home poking until he feels it in the tip.
He's going to come tomorrow with a Band-Aid on his belly button.
Exactly.
I can't
smile.
Oh, kind of.
There you go. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Jack.
Now I got to poke my belly button to figure out where I feel it.
That was the best thing. Oh,
there you go.
My finger's stuck.
Hey, by the way, I want to remind you guys, the guys over at Tools Ace Hardware wanted me to remind you that they do a Rib Fest thing every year, and January 14th at one of the best brewery bars in all of Orlando. It's called 1010 Brewing. They were the ones to help make us make L Bump.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We during COVID we did that beer and we sold it out and we donated that money. And these guys are coming through January 14th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The 6th annual amateur rib contest is going to be at 1010 Brewing, all brought to you by our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. Food samples, grill demos, raffle prizes, live music. 100% of the proceeds, 100% goes to Second Harvest Food Bank. So make your plans. I will probably be there.
I was going to ask, are you going to have any ribs for competition?
If I don't have to go back up to Palatka to see my uncle, I will more than likely be there. So January 14th from 11 to 3 at 1010 Brewing on Virginia Avenue, right over there in Orlando. An awesome place run by some awesome people with incredibly good beer. And, of course, one of our great sponsors will be there serving it up and doing some food as well. Matter of fact, they cook all of their food in-house on an egg.
Oh.
And they do smoked wings, and they are freaking awesome. Big old fat, brown, crispy, juicy, smoky wings. So good. That wasn't what I was going to tell you, though. Or something else. God, what was it? Why can't I remember what it was? It was kind of important, too. Anyway, let's get to this list of cool stuff.
Must have been a lie.
Oh.
Pisses you off, don't it?
How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
Man, here in Central Florida. Woo!
Woo! Woo!
All right, 407-916-1041. What was that? I was going to tell you guys something. Totally forgot. Anyway, so we were talking about the CES show, which is the Consumer Electronics Show.
In Las Vegas.
Out there in Vegas. And this is where all the nerds roll out their gadgets, all the cool stuff for the new year. And, I mean, this is really where, like, with the car shows, you go to the car shows and the big manufacturers, Ford, they'll roll out. I remember I was at the car show when Toyota rolled out that FJ. Do you guys remember what that thing looked like?
Yeah.
It looked like an off-road kind of thing. You would know it immediately if I showed you one. I was at the car show when that was a prototype.
Oh, okay.
So that's the cool thing. You go to car shows, you see the prototypes. This is kind of like that for electronics, but I don't think they're prototypes at this point. I think they're actually built for production and ready to go. And a couple things are actually kind of interesting. One thing is Citizen, the watch company, they started making smartwatches. So they're Citizen watches, which look like they're normal watches, but they have the electronics of like an iWatch or is that what they call them? Is it an Apple Watch? Or
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch?
Yeah, Apple Watch.
Same kind of thing, but it's Citizen instead. They're rolling that out. Alienware is making a laptop, which is a big deal. You know what that is?
No.
Alienware is the Rolls-Royce of gaming computers.
Oh, okay.
So you go buy a computer, like a regular tower computer, it costs you like, anywhere from $500 to maybe $700. These things are like $3 or $4 grand because all the components inside are top of the line, the fastest, the best video cards, the best graphic cards, the best sound cards. So everything runs very fast in real time. There's no lag. It streams in real time with multiple players. It's just a beast of a computer. They turned that into a laptop. So that's out there. Let's see, get down to some of the fun stuff. Here we go. GE has made a smart mixer.
Okay.
So basically, you put all your ingredients in the bowl and you put it up there and you hit the button and it does everything it needs to do to mix that particular thing. Because cake batter and biscuits and bread all mix differently.
Right.
Believe it or not. Pancakes, you really don't want to mix the batter that much in a pancake.
Makes them tough.
People believe that you mix it so much, but you don't do that. You barely mix it so it's together, and that's when you'll get your best pancakes and other stuff like that. You don't want.
I thought it was a different kind of mixer, like you were going to mix music.
No.
Yeah, it's like it can beat mix for you.
No. It's $1,000.
Damn.
$1,000 for a mixer.
Just get the biscuits in the tube.
It'll sense when your dough is ready.
Oh, great.
So I guess by the resistance of the dough wheel, the dough hook is what it is, then it'll know when your dough is perfect. Man, if you're making pizzas, though, that's the joint. You want that perfect.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have here. Okay, they have a new, they have a thing called a Barracoda, which is a new fitness tracker, which is, it recharges itself with your body heat. So it uses your heat and motion and environmental light to recharge. You never have to charge it.
One hot flash and I'm going to blow that bitch right up.
It's only $100.
$100 I'll show you. One hot flash, I'll blow that thing up.
Now, here's an area you never thought there would be great advancements because nobody really thinks about that, and now I have to. What do you think the Seagull Pro does? What do you think the Seagull Pro does? Seagull, just like the bird.
Oh.
But I will tell you, it's nothing to do with birds.
Okay.
Camera drone?
No, that's a good guess. I mean, you're never going to get it, but I mean, let's just say I have to buy one of these now.
It's electronic wigs for balding.
It's a pool cleaner, you douche.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a robotic quad motor pool cleaner that will actually scale the wall of your pool.
Kind of like that. What'd you do? That's new animation that Ross did.
Yeah, you throw it in your pool. It's $1,000, and it'll clean a 3,200 square foot pool.
Hey, for $1,000, I'll clean your pool.
Here's the one I think is very interesting. It's called the Bluetti AC500 and B300, and what they are is this thing raised $11 million for production. It hits the stage as the very first solar generator.
Oh, wow.
So you set it up, it collects the solar energy and stores it, and then you can use it as a generator. 6 outlets. You have adapters for charging phones. It'll charge. It has a 5,000 watt capacity. And it charges to 80% power in just 1 hour of sunlight.
Whoa.
That's amazing.
That is.
Like, that's a game changer.
Yeah, I'm thinking like hurricanes in Florida.
That's what I'm thinking,
or
too.
camping trips.
Camping,
Yeah.
RVs, all that stuff. Pretty cool. How about the HyperPack Pro? What do you think the HyperPack Pro is?
HyperPack.
HyperPack Pro. I think we all probably already own one of these right now. Probably had one in high school for sure.
Oh, in high school.
Yeah.
Boombox.
It's a backpack. And here's what it does. It says save the AirTag for your keys. The HyperPack Pro comes with an Apple Find My Compatible location module, so you can keep an eye on it while you're using your laptop. It has an RFID protection pocket, interlocking zippers, a hidden backpack pocket preventing stolen valuables. It's lightweight, water resistant, and it has a charging pass-through pocket. It's $200. So basically, if you do a lot of electronic stuff, it has all the RFID blocking, so nobody can steal your information while it's in your backpack. Plus, it's water resistant. So basically, it's just a balls out backpack if you carry a lot of electronics and stuff.
Which makes sense. Think about going through the airport.
Oh yeah, 100%.
A city.
Yeah, absolutely. And they had a bunch of other stuff. I was just looking at this other one where it was a God, what was it? I can't remember what it was. And I closed this. I closed that particular thing. A lot of televisions, and they're making a big deal about Roku having their own TV. But I think I have a Roku TV.
I do too, and I have to say
it's been out a while.
It has, and it's been one of the easiest with the Fire Stick.
I was going to say you have to say what? Well, that's odd because Roku, the software itself is different than the Fire Stick. It's like they compete.
It is. It's a competitive product.
Yeah.
And yet, when we added a Fire Stick to the Roku TV, we were told that you were canceling one of the other out. So it was like, oh, great.
They've made the leap
extra Fire Stick.
It says here that they're making them from 24 to 75 inches.
Hey, Jack.
Catering to folks who need smaller, lower resolution TV. Some of its sets are only 2K, which is better than HD, but not by much. But they want it for cheap because they're very cheap. I mean, the one I have in my studio, I think I paid like $180 for it, and it was like it's a 42-inch, and it's pretty darn good. It's actually not that bad at all, and they weigh nothing. It's like the same weight as a dictionary. I'm not kidding. They are really light, and all of the big technology is in televisions. They have a 97-inch OLED 4K TV coming out. So it's as big as that wall there. And Code Black just bought a crazy big TV for his renovation. It's insane.
Whoa.
97 inches.
Suddenly my 75 seems small.
OLED. That's that. I mean, do you remember?
Jack's sweet spot.
Do you remember going into Best Buy about 8 years ago and they had that OLED TV set up in the display area, and it was only like a 24-inch TV, and it was like $7,000?
Buddy, twice a month, I walk into this place, and nothing will slow my pace quicker than the display on these televisions, and it's at Costco. They set up their best TVs right by the
Right in the
entrance,
front.
and I walk in, and I look, I'm like, ooh, look at that owl.
Hey, listen here real quick.
You know?
So you want to ruin your TV or movie watching experience? Get one of those really high resolution TVs, and you're right. Because Sam's used to do the same thing. Sam's would not only set it up with the television, they'd also set it up with a really badass surround sound system, and they would run Blu-rays. Well, they were running Blu-rays of Lord of the Rings, and buddy, let me tell you, Blu-ray does not help out the makeup artist. And Blu-ray does not help out costuming. With Blu-ray, you can see everything. I mean, you could see the little areas where the wigs came down to the widow's peak, and they tried to put the makeup on to cover it up. You could see all of that. And I remember talking to Carlos about this, and Carlos was telling me that actors that he knew, Carlos Navarro from The Monsters of the Morning, he's done a lot of television and some movies and stuff, right? And he told me that the people he knew in the business hated it. They hated the Blu-ray. They hated the 4K because
just like HD.
It's so crisp that it actually takes that movie feel away from it, and it actually makes it look kind of fake. And when you watch that movie specifically on Blu-ray on a really good TV, you're like, oh, man. It really takes the fantasy away from it because you see how hard they work to make it look authentic, but I mean, when it's that crystal clear, it's hard to do.
Yeah. Too good resolution.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a Blu-ray player, and I've never plugged it in.
I am not surprised.
My son bought me one years ago, about the same time the streaming services happened. So that's not true. We did use it for a little bit, but never to play a Blu-ray. We used it because we could stream through it.
I have some Blu-rays. I have a whole bunch of DVDs, and like my CD, they all just sit there. I got them in those plastic crates. It's like, what do you do?
What do you do with this? You got to go to garage sales, and people are selling Blu-rays and DVDs for $10 for $1.
Yeah,
I mean, they used to be $24.99 a piece, and you can buy them by the basket now. And I mean, what do you play them on though?
PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I guess.
Or Xbox.
Because, the other problem, I discovered that over the holiday weekend, there are a lot of movies that I already have that I wanted to just lay on the couch and watch again, only to realize, even with the streaming services that you have, it's still $3.99 to rent or $9.99 to buy. And it's like, I own the damn thing.
Right, yeah. I'm telling you, man, I'm with you. But the thing is with how you can mount TVs now, when you don't need if you don't have cable and you just stream your information, do you think most people do that? Do people still have cable? A lot of people?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people do, but not as much as the cable industry needs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you stream, you plug it in wherever it is, you just log on and you're going. I mean,
it's one less wire you got to run to your TV wherever your TV sits.
Or it's no cable box.
Yeah.
I mean, even with cable, you still have to have a cable box. Where do you put that thing? I mean, I clean mounted my television over my fireplace a couple weekends ago. It's pro.
Isn't it great?
Oh, man, there's nothing in the world like it.
When I did that, I was so proud of that job. Yeah.
So good. By the way, somebody on the texting service asked about the solar power generator.
Yeah.
It's called the Bluetti, Bluetti AC500. It is a solar power generator that charges to 80% full in just 1 hour of pure sunlight, and it creates 5,000 watts of power. It has 16 plug-ins plus phone jacks as well. The Bluetti AC500. I don't know.
Oh, damn.
You see
how much?
It doesn't say how much.
I see how much. Take a guess.
Oh, no, it doesn't say on mine. How much? 1,200.
What's the number? AC what?
It's the AC500.
Oh. Ooh.
Or the B300S system. They raised $11 million to build this technology.
AC500?
I would say it's $1,200.
Yeah, the AC500, there is one for $1,200. That's the AC200. The AC500 is coming in at $2,600.
God almighty. But I guess, look, if you're paying $2,600, it's literally a lifesaver.
And you're not buying fuel.
If that's on you and you rely on a phone or anything like that, I mean, it's unreal. It says you can prep for a storm, 80% power in less than an hour. Important to RVers or campers.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. Let's do last call and get out of here on a Thursday.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for last call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Looking forward to a beautiful weekend weather-wise. It's all about the sunshine. A cold front has come through tonight, and that's going to clear the decks for a beautiful end to this work week and weekend. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Tonight we cool down to 52. Tomorrow the high just 68 degrees, but the warm sunshine will offset any chill in the air. For Saturday morning, we'll wake up to the 40s. 47 the low in Orlando, but the high 72. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up. Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Make a New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Help protect your identity and finances with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. LifeLock detects identity threats you may miss on your own. And if you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses. But LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. Join now and save up to 25% off your first year. Go to LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS.
Visit nationstrucks.com and make no payments for 120 days with approved credit. Ford, Chevy, Dodge Ram, and GMC with the largest selection of pre-owned trucks. You're going to find them all at Nations Trucks, the world's largest independent truck dealer.
Year, make, model, miles, average, rough, or clean. That's really all I need to know at GiveMeTheVIN.com. Put in your license plate number, update your miles, tell me if it's a good one or a bad one, and I'll put a number on it electronically and come back with a human being and firm it up. We'll give you a check on Bank of America. The money is good as gold. We'll pay off your payoff or pay you straight. GiveMeTheVIN.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
At Esporta Fitness, take advantage of premium fitness amenities with a 3-day free pass. Sign up today at startesportafitness.com. Get more workout for less with features like state-of-the-art strength and cardio equipment, free weights, a functional training area, and so much more. It's time to start fresh for less with our $0 enrollment fee. We have everything you need for a low monthly cost. Grab your free 3-day pass at startesportafitness.com. Subject to annual fees. Must pay first and last month's dues of $29.99 to join. Terms and conditions apply. Amenities and facilities may vary.
According to Moody's research from July 2021, the cumulative bond default rate for rated investment-grade municipal bonds was 0.10% from 1970 to 2020. Municipal bonds don't usually get the media coverage the stock market does, but if you're looking for a potential source of federally tax-free income, now is an excellent time to consider municipal bonds from Hanyon & Walsh. If you have at least $10,000 to invest, call and talk with one of our bond specialists at 1-800-761-9761. We'll send you our exclusive bond guide free with details about how bonds may be an important part of your portfolio. Hanyon & Walsh has specialized in fixed income and growth solutions for 30 years and offers high-quality municipal bonds from across the country that are federally tax-free and have historically been low risk. Call today to request your free bond guide. 1-800-761-9761. That's 1-800-761-9761. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or alternative minimum tax. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results.
I'm Mangesh Shatikler, and it turns out astrology is way more widespread than any of us want to believe. You can find it in Major League Baseball, international banks, K-pop groups, even the White House. But just when I thought I had a handle on this subject, something completely unbelievable happened to me, and my whole view on astrology changed. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, give me a few minutes because I think your ideas are about to change too. Listen to Skyline Drive on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit tworld.com.
Real radio, 104.1. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio.
All right, 3 lines open for last call. 1, 2, 3. They're right there. 407-916-1041. Last call if you're just tuning in. First listen. It's your turn. Make us laugh. Do something fun. Make a call back from the show. Tell us a little joke. Whatever the case may be. Make it fast. Got to be quick.
The quicker, the better.
That's right. 407-916-1041. 3 lines open. Grab one of those now. We will have 4 more keywords for you tomorrow. 4 more chances for you to win. $1,000 have yet to crack that bubble, but hopefully we'll do that tomorrow. Embers Only tomorrow. Amy Drew Thompson with Primetime Kitchen tomorrow. We'll tell you what's good out there to eat. And, of course, we'll have Candace Rich with Rich Tips. That's tomorrow as well on the show. Hopefully Ross will be back.
I know.
Did he ever give us an update on the COVID test?
He did not, the son of a bitch.
Who is this?
Nilsson.
Never heard of him.
Oh, this is...
You're a liar. You're lying. Whatever it is, you're about to lie.
This is very famous.
Yeah, you're lying.
I think there's a documentary about this cat.
Sure there is.
Nilsson Spelson.
Yeah, that's got to be what it is.
No, I'm serious. This dude is infamous.
One line open for last call.
Nilsson is infamous.
One line open for last call. Just one, Jack.
All right, let me get him.
All right, good. 407-916-1041. Got big plans this weekend, Deb? With this crispy weather out there, anything going on in Mount Dora?
There is a military concert that's going to be taking place.
It's got to be something. That town
They're
never
always,
sleeps.
always.
It never sleeps.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
God, how many hours does your old man put in a week? He's got to be a 60, 70-hour guy?
Easy.
And he works on the weekends almost every weekend, right?
Yeah. He's a one-man team.
Yeah.
He's a one-man team.
He's events coordinator for Mount Dora?
He is.
Yeah. How long has he been doing that?
Since he graduated college. He started in South Daytona. You know, the Winter Springs Highland Games was one of the things that Chris helped put together.
Are you kidding? That thing's been going on for like 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. And then he, of course, when he came to Mount Dora, he helped set up the Highland Games there.
Yeah.
So he's an events guy by nature.
And he was a wrestling promoter for a little while too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, he still does that on the side, with his free time.
That's great.
I'm beginning to take it personal.
Are you really? Yeah. I get the feeling you're trying to get away from me, buddy.
Exactly.
All right, 407-916-1041. Again, you can always text us at 77031. I was just telling you guys about the Ace Hardware event coming up January 14th at our buddies over at 1010 Brewing. They'll be there from 11 till 3. Hopefully I can slide by. It's the 6th annual amateur rib contest. So hopefully you can get over there and enjoy it.
Good.
All the money, 100% of the proceeds go to Second Harvest. 100%. Yeah.
I know.
I guess we could just bum rush it and just eat all the ribs. Man. That's exactly what it would sound like, too. Me bum rushing a rib contest. I'd run in there yelling, man. Here in Central Florida. Ribs are hard, too, by the way. Ribs are hard to get right.
Really?
They really are. Ribs and brisket are pulled pork is the easiest thing in the world to make, by the way. Pulled pork is nobody in the world, you can't mess it up.
You got a minute for a story that'll make you think less of me?
Yes, quick.
Quick answer,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
we'll wipe out last call for this.
I got I went to Memphis, came back from Memphis, and what's the first segment of the first show after I returned from Memphis? You talked about me not eating Memphis barbecue.
Right, yeah.
And you're surrounded by it. I mean, you literally cannot get away from it there.
My Memphis sister listened to that. My Memphis sister said, "Oh, I'm going to do something about that." And she said, "Make sure you you make sure you're by your phone on the 21st." I'm like, "Okay, why?" And she's like, "Well, you're getting a text." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, I'm having barbecue delivered to you. You're working, right?" And I said, "No, we're not working." I go, "We're on vacation." She goes, "Well, can you work?" I'm like, "No, we can't work. Everyone's on vacation." She FedExed 2 racks of Memphis ribs and baked beans.
From Bluebird? Or from like one of those places like that?
Corky's, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so and so it came packed in dry ice. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll have them over. And then I thought, nah. And so
check. And I'm the bad guy. I'm supposed to be the bad guy on the show, right?
Yeah, I laughed because I didn't want to cry to end the show.
I told you you'd think less of me. And so for Christmas Eve, our dinner was ribs and beans, and it was fantastic.
That sounds great.
You son.
I took some pictures, too. I was going to post it. I'm like, no, I won't rub it in. But I just remembered, so I wanted to share.
I would pay a pretty good dime to have Aaron Franklin send me a brisket. I think it's Franklin.
Well, there's a way to not get yourself sent a brisket.
I think it's Franklin's Barbecue out in Austin. I think it's like supposed to be the best brisket in the world.
Well, you kind of should know it before you.
I know, but I haven't said his name in a while. Now Jack's got my mouth watering. Yeah, that's it. Oh, God. So good.
These ribs are really good, too.
Oh, man.
The ribs are so good.
Oh, so thanks to my sister for sending us 2 racks of ribs. And
they were
and 2 packs
delicious.
of baked beans.
Thank you.
For the show, we enjoyed them.
We did. We loved them.
All right, Deb, who do we have to thank today?
My sister.
Yeah, I was going to say, thank Jack for not giving us one rib. Didn't even let me smell the bones.
I'm going to let that stand out there on its own.
Hey, I added an S to that for a reason.
I know you did. Talking belly button poking again. We want to thank Brendan O'Connor, the bungalower himself, and personal injury attorney Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. Klausman on the Colbert Court.
All right, do we have a Twitter poll up?
Yeah. Are you an organ donor?
Oh, yeah.
Where do you think it comes in?
Whoa, this is an interesting one. I think there are some religions that have a problem with this. Like desecrating the body thing. I think there are, and I think maybe Christians actually may be in there a little bit. Like may have some things. I'll go 41%.
74%.
Okay, good. That's enlightening good. I'm glad that's happening. That's good. That's good news. All right, let's do some last call and get out of here. Big T, last call.
All right, so just wanted to say a big Happy New Year's and welcome back to the whole Colbert crew, sans the sauce. But also, just wanted to say, I was poking around my belly button a little bit earlier, and my reaction was a little bit different than yours, Jimmy's, but I sure as hell can't talk about it on the air.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Don't we?
wow.
We appreciate
Okay.
you. We appreciate you holding out. That'll be good.
Enjoy that, Big T.
Jay, last call.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks to you. It took me 4 lights to get my belly button clean.
At least it's clean.
Party Mom, last call. Take us home.
Go, Jackie. In 8 seconds. What is booby trap spelled backwards? 7, 6,
Booby trap.
5,
Party.
4,
Party boob.
3. Very good. Thank you. Smoke weed every day.
Thanks, Party Mom. I appreciate that. All right, big show coming up tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have Ross back. If not, we'll still have a good-ass time. Hope you have a wonderful evening for sure. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and myself, and Ross. Still doing this music. I have to do something else until it gets... There you go.
And Ross.
You know, it was the slow, the ribs were still digesting.
If you needed something else, we got this.
Man, here in Central Florida. All right, on behalf of Deb, Jack, Ross, I am Jim. We follow the New Chunky. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with a corporate time and our friends from Real Laughs. We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Thursday evening.
Bye.
Well, I don't know about that.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law. KlausmanLaw.com.
Well, we're still seeing a slow ride eastbound on I-4 approaching State Road 535 all the way to Sand Lake Road. Westbound travel on I-4 busy as well between 417 all the way to 429 and also between the Beach Line and Central Florida Parkway. Authorities are clearing an accident on Central Florida Parkway at OBT. Traffic's getting back up to speed there. See traffic problems? Be sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auction.